Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Reynolds, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 100.
We did it.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did it. You're here, boys.
We did
Today
it.
is our Game of the Year episode. Also, our episode 100. We're going to have a bit of a celebration.
Celebration
from the last year.
Yeah.
And a celebration of us, because it's episode 100.
Cheers, boys.
Made it, guys. 100
we
episodes.
Did it. In a row. Haven't stopped. I want to thank you for joining me in this journey. It's been great. Keep going.
Sims, anything you want to say? It's your Budweiser?
I hate computers.
Hate them too. Computers and cars,
Dorks.
fuck them, you know?
It's for
You know what I
dorks.
mean?
Yeah. This is alright, I guess. We get together, we talk about video games.
Yeah, 100 days in a week, or 100 days, 100 weeks.
100 episodes.
100
100 weeks.
I'm so thrown off. It's pretty impressive, though. You know, I gotta say, for a small podcast like us, we don't really, get a lot of views and shit like that. But, just seeing other small podcasts and, like, how far they make it, no one gets to fucking 100 episodes. No one at all. So for us to do that, quite an accomplishment. And, it's been fun, guys.
Yeah. And here's to hundreds more.
Hundreds more.
In another month, it'll be our 2-year anniversary of doing it.
Wow, well, already, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy.
2 years,
Anyway.
and I've known you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oof.
I really am.
I said it.
Anyways, guys, it is also our Game of the Year episode. My most
Yeah.
anticipated of the year. Love talking
Yes.
Game of the Year about stuff. We're going to do something a bit different from what we did last year. We're going to run through a bunch of different categories, and we have a bunch of nominations in each of these categories, and we're going to go through them and pick one as a group. Then after that, we're going to give our personal top 10s of the year. And then after that, we'll decide an overall Gotti. Or Game Goaty.
Well, that'll be the part of the. We'll do our overall top 10 for the group.
Sure.
The Nerdic Gods, and we'll pick a winner after that. Before we, I guess, get to the awards, I did this last year. How many games I've actually beaten? New games. I have it in my paper. I should have grabbed it. I have beaten 63 games this year, which I was like somewhere in the 50s last year. So I beat even more games this year. Thank you. We'll see how many I can do this year.
Hello?
It's
There we go.
Discord. Discord does not want to pick it up. But yeah, 63 games.
Congratulations.
Before we start, what did you guys think of the year just in general? Games-wise, of course. Sims, start with you.
I didn't make a top 10 until this morning because I just haven't. But like going through the year's games on the Game Informer website, man, things happened earlier than you thought this year. Like really early. I was thinking, what was it like?
Hitman 3 was like January.
Yeah, January. And this year's just flown by. It was like Loop Hero or something. It was like April, March.
Yeah, so
That
I
was
was
just
just
super early. That might even be before that.
How?
it might have been February. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Daniel, your overall thoughts on the year?
I think this year's been awesome. I think that we haven't had like The Last of Us Part 2s or whatever, but I don't necessarily think we need one of those every year. But this year might have had the most breadth of high quality games we've ever had. I don't know. Even last year had really high highs, but I don't think there was this many high quality games throughout every publisher pretty much throughout the whole year.
Yeah, it was quite a bit. I'm a little bit more down on it than you guys. I feel like this year didn't really start picking up until like summer. And
Like
then
summertime. Yeah.
definitely once like August hit, and then from there it's been crazy ever since. Like August through December has been pretty nuts. But yeah, it didn't really start picking up for me until like probably like Resident Evil Village came out. I guess It Takes Two was out before that in like March.
March, April. Yeah.
Yeah. But like compared to like this year, everything's popping off in February. It didn't really start kicking off for me until like summer. But I thought it was a good year nonetheless. Not my favorite year, but certainly I feel like I can judge really well like the last like 10 years of gaming, and then everything before that, I'm kind of just here or there, I guess. But comparative to those, it's probably in the bottom 5, but it's like right in the middle there. Not as good as 2020, better than 2019. I will say.
Yeah, the year was slow. I mean, I spent 2 years Stardew Valley. Like that was 2 years, 2 months. Like on Stardew Valley. Like I was telling Daniel earlier. I was like, pfft. Like there wasn't much to play. I mean, I should have played maybe Cyberpunk, but like I couldn't play Cyberpunk because for me it's just unplayable. Like crash after crash after crash. Like I still aim to play Cyberpunk. Like that is, you know, I need to go back to like I need to go back to like 2020's list and like sort that out. Maybe Cyberpunk did make the list, but unfortunately, I just, you know, I can't load my game up every 2 minutes and then it crashed. Like, it's not possible. But I had a good time with Stardew Valley. I mean, if I had, you know, if I could put that in a 2021 list, that'd be up there.
Do you have a game Sims that didn't come out this year, but like is your favorite thing? Because I was thinking about this earlier. I think my favorite thing I played this year was the Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Well, I mean, that counts as this year, right?
Yeah, but like, I mean, I'm not going to count the games in my top 10 because the game didn't come out this year, just personally. But
I'm very strict on no expansions, no DLC, no remasters. Really make my list just because. Yeah, I'm very strict on my personal list.
Yeah, definitely. Mass Effect was a massive highlight of this year. Like, probably the happiest I've been in a video game, like playing a video game ever. Just having that experience, one after the other. Like, it's like watching Lord of the Rings. It's great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I had like the same experience with Mass Effect. Yeah, or you know, there was like a good 2-month period where I was just playing that, and that was probably like my favorite gaming I did this year.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I mean, there are some of the greats. Come on.
Definitely. All right, guys, you want to kick off these categories then?
Yeah. Do we want to start in? I should have asked. Do we want to start in order of how I put them, or you want to bounce around? Do you want to start with one in particular?
Might as well just do how you put them. That way we can scroll down nice and clean, right? Because it seems you're going to be displaying these during the thing, right?
Yeah, he has them displayed right now.
Right now.
Okay, cool.
So you just want to go down straight in order?
Yeah, sure. We can do that.
Cool.
Okay, great. Starting off then with best gameplay / game feel. Where are we? Here we go. First game. Long list here. Get ready. Yeah. Hitman 3. It Takes Two. Outriders. Returnal. Death's Door. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Before Your Eyes. Deathloop. Lost Judgment. Far Cry 6. Call of Duty Vanguard. Metroid Dread. Back 4 Blood. Fights in Tight Spaces. Forza Horizon 5. Ruined King. Chivalry 2. Nier Replicant. Halo Infinite. Guilty Gear Strive. And Tales of Arise.
I want to correct once. Chivalry 2.
Chivalry. What did I say?
You see, you struggled again. Chivalry.
Chivalry.
There you go.
I can't say it.
Yeah, I know. You were struggling with that one. Yeah, so how do you want to start this one? Start whittling games away?
Sure, yeah.
It's sticking out to anyone?
Yeah, I mean, clear winner for me here is Halo Infinite, if I'm being honest.
Interesting. I think before we start doing that, let's start whittling.
Sure.
Why don't we all pick one game that we think deserves it?
Okay.
Let's eliminates them all.
Let's start getting some out of here, though, because I want to celebrate some of these.
I will knock one off then right away. Before Your Eyes. Get out of here.
Okay.
The gameplay is blinking.
Yeah. So the reason, I guess I'll make my as much of an argument as I can. It won't win this. I put this on here because I think it is the most unique way to play a game this year, or that I've ever played, which is blinking to move the game forward. Or not blinking at all is also a mechanic in the game. I just think that is such a fun, interesting way to play a video game. And I wanted to celebrate that for being different and unique.
Say what you will about this game's story. I get the story's great and you love it and all, but surely you can't put blinking in best gameplay / game.
I just wanted to be talked about mostly.
Sure.
Sims, do you want to say something?
I think the word unique. Unique is such a great word, like, and such a great way to stand out in a video game. Like, you say to me blinking, and it moves the story along. I'm all in. The thing I don't have is time. I do aim to play it. I am gonna buy this game. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's about, and hopefully, like, you know, it hits me the same way as it is Daniel. Like Connor, you know, just a big ignoramus. I'm afraid, like
a what?
It's ignoramus. It's a word.
Is that a word? Oh,
No,
what
probably
what is the
not.
definition of that word?
I don't
Like
know.
ignorant, basically. But yeah, I will. I know it's one of my babies, but I will erase it myself. I just wanted to celebrate a more unique way to play a video game this year. That's really
I'm
why.
not trying to shit on this game, but like you're not playing it. You're not doing it. Like that's not even
I mean,
gameplay.
that is
You're just
playing.
blinking.
It's just a different way of playing a video game. I just think you just need
But
to.
would you call that mechanic like part of like that's what you're
100%.
considering the gameplay
Yeah.
of the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the way you play that video game.
Sure.
It is just not. It's not a conventional way to play a video game.
Okay. Continuing on then. What are your guys'
Sure.
favorites?
I will knock another one out. Outriders. I think it's very fun. I think I had a lot of good times with Sloan playing this game co-op. I mean, that is the best part of that game is the gameplay and the abilities, and I think it is a very fun video game. They have if they stick with Outriders to go to number 2, I think that they could make a very good sequel and a better game. But I don't know if it's the best gameplay here, but I wanted to kind of shout it out for this year. I will
Shout out.
delete. There you go. I will delete that one as well.
If you know, you know.
Any other ones we want to kind of quickly knock off?
I'd say COD. I mean, isn't it just your traditional COD? I didn't play the game, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it is. It definitely is. It's
Not
definitely
that
still,
COD doesn't play great, like it does.
Yeah,
But
you're right. I mean it isn't like necessarily unique in the Call of Duty space. But it is Call of Duty and it feels great, like it always does. Sure. I mean it is not. I wouldn't say it is the best for me, but I think it is still great because it's Call of Duty.
It's my turn to take one of these list bitches. Let's go to the Far Cry, because that game is the same as last year, but a little bit better on the PlayStation
Same as
5.
5, you mean?
Pardon?
Not last year. You mean the same as 5?
You know what I'm saying? The last iteration of the series, like
Yeah.
it's more Far Cry. And don't get me wrong, like it's great, but it's not doing anything different. That's the only like out of all the reviews, that was the only thing that got really negative. Really got put towards it. It was like if you played a Far Cry, you played this one, and like if you like that, fair enough. You know you're gonna have a great time. It's shinier. It's bigger. It's worth 60, 70 quid. But it's not doing anything to stand out amongst the big guys of Chivalry. Do you know what I mean? I never played Chivalry, but like seeing the gameplay of like just them just knocking 10 bills of shit out of each other and like and I mean it takes two. Like that's my pick on this list, 100%. Like the game is amazing.
I would definitely knock off Far Cry 6. I think it's.
See the
I still think it's very. I still think it's very fun to play. I think it's a very
of
fun
course. Yeah, but it's like I said, it's not the best gameplay experience you could have this year. It's the same gameplay experience you had 2 years ago, but a little bit better, which is okay.
Yeah,
that's okay, Ubisoft. It's okay.
I guess I'll knock another one off here. This one's one that I'm the only one that played this one. Ruined King, I think has a really fun gameplay for it being like a turn-based, having the different lanes for the different like types of abilities you want to do and stuff. I think was really cool. I don't know if it really is the best even RPG I've played this year, but I still wanted to give it a little shout out. I think it did some pretty cool things in the turn-based game, but I will knock that one off as well.
I will vote to knock off Hitman 3. Very good gameplay. So? Yeah, I mean,
you think this early?
We're gonna have to narrow it down, right? You don't want to knock it off this early. I mean,
I don't think so. I think Hitman.
It's hard for me because there's certain ones here that I just can't speak on because I haven't played them.
Yeah, I think Hitman
like
3
fights in tight spaces. You want to knock that off?
Well, I would like to save Hitman 3 because I still think that Hitman 3 is such a fun game just to go around. It has stealth in it. It has you could change into outfits and stuff. I think there's just a lot gameplay wise that makes it.
Sure, there's a lot going on there, and it's very fun. I just don't think it's number one worthy. But if you want to save it till later, sure.
I think so. I can knock off fights in tight spaces.
A lot of these are going to be up to you, Daniel, because
for me,
Tales of Arise, Guilty Gear, Chivalry 2, Fights in Tight Spaces. Me and Sims haven't played either of these. Lost Judgment.
Fights in Tight Spaces, I will definitely just give a shout out. It has a really cool like turn-based like card system, and that's how you like move around this board. Like you can't just move your character. There are movement cards and there are attack cards. But it you're kind of like John Wicking it, like you were fighting around in this top-down environment. I just think it's super fun, super cool game. Really cool art style as well. But I'll be okay with knocking that one off. Let's see.
How you feeling about Tales now, Daniel?
Tales is
currently.
super fun. That game is really, really fun.
So what are we trying to? We're trying to knock this to a 5, right? Top 5 here, right?
To a minimum, I would
Okay.
say. Yeah, I really like Tales. Go ahead,
I
Sam.
think to make this quick, because half of us haven't played half of these games, is we take it down to the top 4, and then we all make our argument for them 4 games.
Well, that's what we're just whittling them all down right now. That's just. I will knock off Tales of Arise. I know that this is only one I've played. I think it's a very fun game. I haven't beaten it yet, so I can't say like how it changes like towards the end of the game, you know. But I think it's very fun. Very fun and fluid game. I think you'd really like that one, Connor. So I think I said this last week.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out eventually.
I'll knock off Guilty Gear Strive. I think it's a very fun fighting game. But gameplay wise, I don't know if it does enough like to change the fighting genre. I think what makes Guilty Gear separated is its like graphical style that Arc System Works has. But overall, I don't know if that's what makes that game special is the actual gameplay, even though it is a very proficient fighter. What else should we whittle off? Should we take off Back for Blood?
I mean, it's one of those games. It's one of those games that came out. Everyone's really excited about it. Yeah, Left 4 Dead. We all really like Left 4 Dead. Oh, we all used to play Left 4 Dead. And then Back 4 Blood came out, and nothing really got. No one talks about it nowadays. Like, I don't see it being streamed a lot. I think it's more of Left 4 Dead, but maybe that doesn't hold up anymore.
It's a little different because it is more of an FPS game than Left 4 Dead is. Left 4 Dead is much more arcadey feeling. It's not a first-person shooter where you're zooming in and shooting and stuff. You can zoom in with a few weapons in Left 4 Dead, but it's not like a pure FPS. This one definitely has more FPS vibes to it. Did you want to say something about it, Connor?
No, I think it's crazy how much that game fell off. I thought going into that game, it was like really hyped up, but now I think I was listening to a different podcast. It wasn't even in the top 50 most played games on Xbox for like 2 weeks ago, which is pretty nuts.
And it was on Game Pass.
Yeah, I know.
I think it helped it initially, so I wonder what would happen if this wasn't on Game Pass at launch. You know, that might
be even worse, honestly.
Yeah, that probably really helped that game. So, is it okay to knock Back 4 Blood off?
Yeah, I only played the demo, so I mean, it felt good while I was playing it, so I don't really have any complaints on the gameplay session field, but no, I wouldn't put it up there in the top list.
It's definitely something that we all need to play, though. Have a good time with it.
Yeah, I've played through the whole game, but I'd definitely like to play with you guys. Definitely, it's very fun. What else here? What should we?
Okay, we gotta start making the tough decisions now.
Yeah, this is definitely getting too tough.
Forza Horizon 5. Are we gonna keep it up there? I mean, it plays great, feels awesome, but I think you gotta. In
terms of top 5, I think that's the top. I think that's in the top 5.
I'm sure it is. I can't really speak on racing games just in general and how they feel and whatnot. I don't really have that much to compare it to, so I would knock it off just for time's sake, and I think it will be knocked off at some point.
Okay. I think it is a very fun feeling racing game. Probably the best feeling racing game I've ever played. But we can knock it off if you'd like.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I mean, gotta.
I mean, it feels as good as it does because of the new technology with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sims, you spent the most time with it. Do you have an argument for it to be your number 1 or up in the top 3 or whatever?
For me, it's just a really good racing game. Like, I can't really compare it to the only game that I really the only racing game I've ever put a lot of time into is Need for Speed Underground on the PS2. And yes, it's Forza Horizon 5 is better than that. So, but yeah, like, it it's just good next gen experience. Like it just shows you what like how good the world can be, how many frames, 60 frames, like having a great time with it. So, but at the end of the day, it's just a racing game. You're not turning into a
but I don't think
Transformer.
that should be fair enough to eliminate it just because it's a racing game. You know what I mean? Like a bad racing game is not going to feel good, and you just not talk about it and give up on it. Just because, like, saying just because it's a racing game, I don't think that. I think that's kind of unfair to the game.
No,
I mean,
but none of us like racing games that much.
I love this game.
Sure,
So
but
do I.
like, do you want to argue for it to be the number
I mean,
one?
I already took it off. I said it was. I said it should be in the top 5.
Back
but I
on,
took it off.
Daniel. You on?
I mean, no. I mean,
Is there going to be an episode 101? Let's all find out.
I mean, this is between all of us. If I'm the only one that would argue it to be in the top 5, like,
I mean,
Is that what we're doing then? We're putting the top 5? Because if you want to put this in the top 5, I'm fine with that.
no, it's okay. I took it off.
Okay.
We're gonna start whittling. I'm gonna whittle Returnal. I think Returnal is very good, and the best part of the game, I think, is the gameplay. I don't think it's better than the rest of these games in terms of its gameplay. Maybe one other game might be not or a little less, but
I only played about 2 hours of it, but it was a very good third-person shooter.
it does feel very well. I mean,
Personally, I put it above Hitman 3 and It Takes Two.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it above It Takes Two.
I don't think getting to
I-
It Takes Two. I don't think the best part of It Takes Two is a great platformer. I don't even think it's the best platformer of this year, if I'm being honest.
I think it
It
is.
plays great, but I think It Takes Two tries to do so many different things with its gameplay. I don't think it's a master at any of them.
I don't know. If
I disagree. I disagree. I think it nails every single one perfectly.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know if there's
without
any
fail.
like of the major gameplay specific parts that like didn't feel good.
I'm not saying anything about it felt bad, but we got to whittle it down to the top 5 here, and I wouldn't necessarily include It Takes Two's gameplay as a top 5 gameplay.
I mean, that's the best part of the game.
I think the story.
Oof, I disagree. I think the best is the gameplay. I think the story's fine.
I agree.
Guess we're gonna.
So It Takes Two. Let's just decide what's in the top 5 then as we go through these. It Takes Two, top 5 or not? I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, easy.
Yes.
It Takes Two in top 5.
Okay. If we're gonna keep whittling, you
Returnal,
wanted to
we
keep
deleting?
Returnal. I said that we could knock it off. I do. I agree, though. It is a very good feeling third-person shooter. We can leave it. Let's leave Returnal. I'll vote it for top 5.
Up to you. You played the most of it.
I'll put it
so.
in top 5. I was about to eliminate it, but I'll put it in top 5. Go ahead.
Hitman 3 in top 5.
Yeah. No. I was talking about Returnal. I'm sorry. Returnal.
I've not played it to speak on it.
Okay. Well, Returnal we're keeping. So currently in the top 5, Returnal and It Takes Two.
I think Ratchet could go. Ratchet's very fun. I don't know if it's funness.
See, I put Ratchet above Returnal. Ratchet is so
I
fun.
think
That's the best part of Ratchet.
yeah,
is the
it's
gameplay.
fun.
That
I think
kinetic, fun, switching weapons. I think Ratchet has.
I don't think it feels
5.
nearly as good as Returnal does just to shoot. The moment-to-moment shooting, Returnal feels better than Ratchet.
Sure. Disagree.
Ratchet, I would
sure.
say, is more fun because of the variety of weapons, but I don't know if it's as clean shooting as Returnal is. Just pure
With-
gameplay.
Ratchet and Clank's another one of those games that just rely on this next gen technology of like
Yeah.
with all the portals and how smooth it ran. But it's the same old gameplay. Like, I mean, that's a good thing.
I agree there. That's true. I mean, there are new weapons, right, that the other games don't have, but I agree. It feels like 2016, just smoother.
100%.
right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if we go on.
I was gonna say, should that knock it off? Because
I mean, yeah,
it's
like
too
it's
similar.
If
you
it's
know?
doing the same thing as 5-6 years ago now,
Yeah.
then why is it on a 2021 list? Like, don't get me wrong, it looks great, it feels great, it handles great, it runs great, but like it plays the same as 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
are we okay?
I would
with
argue for
eliminating
the thruster boots, but yeah, sure.
The thruster boots are cool. They are cool. All right, so we'll sorry, Ratchet. I will knock another one off real quick. Death's Door, I think feels great to play, but I think Death's Door is the amalgamation of the whole game and the complete package itself that makes it so good. I don't think its gameplay is like, superior to like some of these other games, but I think Death's Door just has a complete package.
Death's Door has a very indie feel to it.
It does, and I do think that its gameplay does feel very good.
Of course, especially for like what the budget they have, the people that made it. But it's not the best gameplay I've ever of this year. It's not even top 5 material. No, like.
Yeah, I'm also going to knock off Nier Replicant. Nier Replicant feels very good to play. It's an updated version of the original Nier, which still doesn't feel quite as good to me as Automata, but it still feels very fun. But I will also eliminate that. I just wanted to give Nier a shout out because it's probably not going to get a ton, I don't think, in our awards here, but wanted to shout out Nier.
Surprised you counted that one.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout. There you go. Thank you. That felt good. So I think definitely another top 5 one. So we have 2. I will say is Halo Infinite will be in the top 5.
Has to.
I think we can all probably agree with that one.
I mean, I played it for an hour or two. Especially the online felt great. Had no problems with it. Again, not first person shooter guy, but I can appreciate a first person shooter when I pick one up.
Definitely.
You got no qualms from me, boys. No qualms.
So we have 2 more spots, and
qualms
is like a
disagreement, kind of like.
Yes, I know what a qualm is.
No, it's kind of struggles with me. Like.
Okay. So, do we want to knock off anything else?
I mean, we have to.
Should we knock off?
No, don't be fucking shoot.
I wouldn't. I think Deathloop's gameplay was awesome. It had great shooting, great movement. I don't think it's the best first-person shooter on here, but I think it's definitely in the top 5.
Okay.
See, the other ones are just, you two played Metroid Dread. I didn't play that.
Yeah, I you know what? Just because we need to whittle things away, I know it's a game I've been championing on the show. I will take out Chivalry 2. It's very fun. It's kind of just more of a goofy gameplay, goofy and fun. I don't know if it's like it's a lot of fun that I've had this year, but
it looks fun.
I wish we would get it to the top 5, but just on me, I don't think I could.
Chivalry is one of those games that if they come on free or for PS Plus or Epic Games or whatever, I'd be all over it. But it's not something I want to pay for like half an hour.
Yeah, that would be a great Game Pass one.
Yeah. Just for a couple. I'd only play it for an hour and go, oh look what I just did, and then that's it.
So it sounds like Deathloop is making it as well.
I would consider Deathloop. Yeah.
I mean, me and Connor didn't play Lost Judgment. It's hard because you play more games than us. You've got.
I think Lost Judgment's out of this list here might be the funnest game on this list here in terms of pure gameplay. It's just
since we argued it with Ratchet, we'll have to argue it with this. Does this do anything different to other Yakuza games?
I will talk about just specifically Judgment to Judgment, Judgment to Lost Judgment. It adds a new fighting style. So the first one had the crane style and the tiger style. This one adds the snake style. So it's more
It's got Cobra Kai.
Okay, it wins. Never mind. Next category.
So basically, it's like more of a countering fighting style. You like can maneuver and counter people. It's pretty cool. But you're right. If we're going to knock off Ratchet for it being familiar, yes, I will agree it's familiar, but it's still some of the most fun I've had this year. But I will be willing to knock it off. So we need to knock off one more. Now you two
discuss Metroid Dread.
Metroid feels very good. I think what would knock this off the list for me in particular, Metroid Dread, is I think the jumping is not as perfect as it could be. It's not bad.
No! It's bad! It's so bad sometimes.
Yeah, it sometimes it does what I don't want it to do.
I spent half an hour, all right, trying to get up. There was there's a ledge, a little hole, another ledge, and a little hole. And then I had to get this missile box at the top. Half an hour I had to go up and then jump, but I turn it to the ball, but then jump again, and but if you press L, you turn it to the ball, and gravity just pummels you down to the ground, and then the hold the L and that's all over the place. But if you let go of the L by accident, you move forward, so that could potentially kill you in a boss battle. Hopefully, I'm making sense of it, because these are the problems I'm having, and I'm like 2 hours into the game.
Yeah. I think it has slight issues, but I do think the game feels good to play.
The game has a brilliant soundtrack. The game looks brilliant.
Atmosphere, yeah.
The great atmosphere, but it just doesn't handle fantastic. It doesn't. The moment to moment gameplay isn't enjoyable all the time. It's frustrating sometimes, and like I was frustrated last night. I just beat the boss. I was like, oh, I'm sick of this game. But then it comes to this platforming section. Bearing in mind, I got a guide next to me as well. This guy's playing the game in front of me, and I'm like, oh, this guy can teach me what to do, blah blah blah. And I still couldn't do it.
Yeah. Okay, so now we.
I've had to talk about that for 24 hours.
Yeah, we got to eliminate 3 more, pick a winner and a runner-up here. So, I think if we're going to just go to elimination, I'm going to eliminate probably Returnal first. I am probably the one that's
this game looks
so
good. Like,
no
watching the
disagreements.
video.
I don't have anything. I don't think it's in top 2. So
yeah. I would be the one to fight for it to be the highest, but I don't know if it's top 2 for me here personally. So
I think Returnal made it to a great spot.
I think it did.
I think it did.
Yeah, as well.
I would argue take off Hitman 3. I don't think the shooting in that game is very good. I know there's a lot of other gameplay and stuff going on.
Yeah,
but,
I was gonna say,
I just think
it's not about shooting.
Sure, but it is there, and I did shoot in it a couple times, and I thought it was bad. So
see, what I would argue with that, my argument would be that if you're shooting in that game, you're playing the game wrong.
Fair enough. Maybe I did the entire time, but from my experience with it, I would say take off.
I mean, it's fair. I think that there's a little bit more to it than a lot of these other games, but I think it's fair to knock it off. But I think that if you're like I said,
figure it out. Like between you, do you guys think it's better than any of the other 3?
I think it's better than Deathloop. I just erased it, but I think it's better than Deathloop.
Okay.
But that would be I'd be the only one to fight for it. So now it's coming to these 3. I think that. Honestly, I still think Deathloop is the worst one here.
I think It Takes Two is the worst one here.
For me, Deathloop is not as good of a feeling shooter as Halo. It has powers that are really fun, but moment to moment, Halo is just better. And I think It Takes Two's platforming is better, moment to moment.
Why didn't we have Psychonauts 2 on this list? Because I think Psychonauts 2 was the best platformer of this year. I don't think it would have made it this far anyways, but I think it's certainly a better platforming. I don't think It Takes Two as a 3D platformer is all that great. I think that game had a lot of really cool cinematic moments and stuff like that, and a lot of cool changing of the gameplay. Mm-hmm. But I do not think it plays better.
I think its breadth of gameplay surpasses a lot of games because how much you get to do in that game. Even just the mini games, not even just main gameplay things you do. There's also like just tens and tens of mini games, all sprinkled throughout that game.
Was a lot of mini games, a lot of fun mini games.
Yeah.
My vote would be take off It Takes Two. Sounds like Daniels is Deathloop. Sims.
This is the time to make decisions here. So go ahead, Sims.
You ain't getting Halo off, bud. Sorry. You can make an argument for Halo.
You could. I mean, I would hear. Make up your mind. Say it. You can take your time, though. We're not in a hurry.
Make up your mind quickly.
They're all good. They're all different genres as well.
They are.
Like,
yeah. Well, no,
It Takes Two.
Deathloop and Halo
but they're not
closer. Yeah.
But like, It Takes Two. Like it tackles so many different gameplay elements and does them all very well. Like every one of them. To your Diablos, to your I can't remember the game now, but that Diablo one really sticks out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I don't want to play like 3D chess and like look ahead to the other categories. I don't think It Takes Two is really going to win anything other than this one category, anyways. You know what I mean? So like,
I'm not playing those games. Fuck that. This is the Game Awards.
I know. That's why I said I'm not trying to play 3D chess over here.
Sure.
But
I think Deathloop's the best one. From the moment, from the jump in, the abilities that you receive.
it wasn't about what the best one. We're trying to eliminate one more here.
I think It Takes Two to go. Ugh.
There you go.
And that's respect as well to Halo, because I could easily go, I don't like Halo, blah blah blah.
Well, I guess now we got to pick a winner. I mean, it's easy. I've said Deathloop wasn't even in my top 5, so I'm picking Halo to win it.
Sims, you go
Sorry,
first.
go on. I'm trying to sort something out. What's the
Okay.
question?
We're picking between Deathloop or Halo. Well, I'm going Halo too. So yeah, I just think Halo feels better. I mean, go play that multiplayer. It feels fucking fantastic. I don't know. I do feel a little weird because you guys made such a big argument with the comparing it to the last games, and it does feel exactly like those, but in the best way possible.
Hey, I don't think
Especially
Halo
with that
does.
grappling. Halo plays very similarly to the
I don't think so.
at least
I
the
think
original trilogy.
I think
The only thing different is in the campaign with the grappling,
campaign
but
alone.
you
Yeah,
play the multiplayer.
I still think it's smoother than like.
I mean,
4 and
isn't
5.
that what it's being praised for so much, anyways? Is that it brought back the Halo feel? So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing either.
What I was saying was the game does not feel the same in campaign. That's what I'm saying.
No, it doesn't. I mean, just because of that grappling hook. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
either way, regardless, I think it's the best feeling game of the year. The shooting's fantastic. All the guns feel unique and have their own different purpose, and they all feel great. I think the movement feels great. Everything about it. Halo is undoubtedly the best gameplay of the year, I think.
Well, I think we have it. Halo.
Sims, I don't know. Sims, you want to make a good argument for Deathloop?
I mean,
You want to try to
You could sway me.
Connor?
My only problem with Deathloop would be the AI was kind of shitty, and the guns didn't feel like completely unique or anything like that either. I think that movement's fantastic. Really like that dash button and stuff like that, and then
Slide.
the powers and stuff are cool. They'd be better off here if the powers were on a weapon wheel. Then
That's what I was saying when we were playing.
Yeah, that would have made it feel way better. And then my only complaint with Halo is the equipment. You know,
I know that was my biggest complaint.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem too, is using that D-pad to change the equipment. That's the only negative thing I got to say about the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems.
I playing Halo for what 2-3 hours that I played. It's smooth, it's fun, it's responsive, and I mean, you put that in a campaign that I haven't really touched. I don't think you'd. I mean, I like to piss about with that grappling hook. The Deathloop for me though, I'm dead biased against Deathloop. I like Arcane, I like all of the Dishonored series, and this kind of just like gave you like stuff that I like, comedy and that that on the next gen, and how the way it performs and the guns and the acting.
Yeah, but you're bringing other things that.
I know. Just because the whole experience. Yeah, Halo. Go on, break my heart.
Congratulations,
you bastards!
Best gameplay / game feel.
Master Chef, you can come up and get your award.
What?
I don't have that, like the helmet. Okay, there we go. Best gameplay to Halo Infinite. Congratulations. Who would have thought Halo would have been as good as it was beginning of the year? Now I think it's going to be the hardest category.
Now, for our first musical performance.
Imagine
From this
Dragons.
hit single. No friends in this industry. Darky.
Who is
His
this?
name's Drake, actually. Excuse me. No. Okay, continuing on. Okay, best moment now, guys.
We probably don't need to read all of the moments here. We can just go through because a lot of them I just put little notes. They're not necessarily like mission names or always or stuff like that. They're just like little notes. So I think this one's going to be a little tougher to kind of read them. And I think this one's going to be one of the more harder ones here.
Okay, we'll read it off when we get to the top 5.
And we should say here off the bat, spoiler warning. We will be spoiling all these games and no holds barred for them, even if you haven't played it. Because I'm just going to say there's a few moments in here that I will spoil and they will probably ruin games. And if Sims doesn't want to hear them, he might want to take the headphones off.
I want to hear them.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. No. I don't mind
start at the top.
Listen.
Go ahead, Sims.
I don't want to hear about the Forgotten City. I don't want to hear about Artful Escape. I don't want to know about Before Your Eyes.
Artful Escape. I mean, that's a fine one to start with.
I do not want to know about Guardians of the Galaxy.
The Artful Escape. I'll just start with that one. I think that one will be eliminated. There's nothing to spoil there. It is just a really cool spectacle.
Yeah, just a spectacle.
The final. So my moment for this one is the final concert that you do in the game.
Let's start at the top, and then we'll just say whether we think it's going to be in the top 5, and then if not, we can delete it.
Well, I was just picking one because he said it, so I'm just gonna take off Artful Escape.
Take off Artful Escape.
It was a very fun moment. It was probably my favorite moment from that game, but I don't think it's better than some of these other ones.
Then go here. Hitman 3 Detective. I'm assuming
Dartmouth.
Darth Maul Manor, whatever the fuck it was called.
I just said it. Dartmouth.
Darth Maul.
And it is a particular side objective thing you can do. This is not something that you need to do. That's why I think it fits for this category. The detective thing, it's awesome. You basically you can knock out the detective and take his identity, and you can solve the murder that had taken place. That's why there's a bunch of cops at the mansion. They're solving a murder in the family. So you can go up to the crime scene, investigate it, try to interview each of the family members and figure out what is happening. It's very cool. It's very
I think this has to be in the top 5. This is one of the only missions I played in that game. It was awesome. Just doing a whole murder mystery level in Hitman 3, and it was really fun to put that together. Yeah, I would definitely say that's in the top
5. You want to go to the next one? You want to take this one, Connor?
Sure. I know.
I don't want to say all of them.
The concert moment in It Takes Two. This is when what'd you do here? You put it all together for this was kind of the wife segment, right?
This is when she does the singing at the concert, and that's like her big passion is singing.
Daniel, we're gonna be calling on your memory for this one, so
this whole thing. I was like, oh man,
I played these games. I'm like,
you played this one with me.
You did. You were there. Concert moment. It Takes Two. Definitely a cool moment.
Is it a standout? I think the other It Takes Two that's on this list, I think, was a more memorable moment. We'll talk about that later. I think it was more.
Yeah, that was certainly a funny moment.
yeah. It's not necessarily. I think this was the most impactful moment for me. Was the concert, but we can eliminate it if you'd like.
Yeah, I would take it off.
Okay.
It's not the most memorable moment, is it? Because, like you just mentioned, I just read on there, like, that moment and the other moment just made me chuckle.
It was definitely memorable, right?
Fucking weird.
I guess we'll go to the next one. This one was a moment for me, because I hate Ethan. It's Resident Evil Village, when Ethan explodes with the bomb, trying to kill the Metamycete. I was cheering at my screen when he died.
I know Ethan sucks. We all wanted him to die, but I wouldn't call this like the best moment.
For me, it's one of my best because I hated him.
Is he even really dead? Wasn't he alive or some shit in the post credit?
No. People. I think people. There's that person walking. I think people are like, "Oh, it's Ethan." It's not going to be Ethan. It's going to be someone else.
Don't underestimate Capcom's rating.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sims, you take this one.
The Death's Door final boss. Probably the worst part of the game. I mean, what part are we talking? What part are we talking?
The whole build up and then the boss fight. Because I think that whole.
I think the boss fight was fine. It was the build up that I didn't like. Because it was a completely different change of mechanics. Like, I'd never done that before in that game. And then they were.
Say what you're doing. I mean, we're spoiling it here.
I mean, you basically. My memory serves right. You're being chased by the boss, right?
You're trying to chase him. You're chasing him like through these doors because he's running through the doors or whatever.
Yeah, so he's running through these doors and you're chasing him, but he's kind of like how can I put it? Like an endless runner type thing, and you have to jump over obstacles. There's things flying towards you, and obviously the game is quite unforgiving. you would go straight back to the beginning every time. And it was just like, you just played, 6-7 hours of this game, and now they put you in this bullshit, like, scenario. I mean, don't get me wrong, as soon as I couldn't, I just, honestly, it broke me. Like, at this, I don't, you know what I mean? Especially for someone like me who just doesn't want to be frustrated. Like, if I get frustrated by a game, then I will think negatively of it. Like, I just don't like being frustrated, because I'm a big dum-dum. Luckily, I was off with, like, COVID and stuff, so like, I had nothing else better to do with my life. But after this scene, and I fought the boss was great. But yeah, no, I don't.
So you think it should be taken off?
I remember it, but all for the wrong reasons.
Okay, well then, if I'm the only one that would fight for it, I'll take it off then.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. It is.
I'm sorry, Daniel.
You want to take this one, and I guess I will tap my head so Sims could not listen and then come back.
Oh yeah, because
I will tap my head, and I'll tap it again when you come back. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Connor, you take it away.
Sure. Where are we? The Forgotten City, the final confrontation. Oh, that's what we're talking about. Okay, great. Yeah, this is the final part in the Forgotten City. So basically, you finally get inside the last temple, the main place you've been trying to get into, and then you talk to I believe it's the devil, right? Or what's who is it like exactly?
He's a god, basically.
Some sort of god going on. Yeah. And anyways, you get explained what the golden rule is, all that, and then it's basically like just a wild ending. Like it's
very
finally when everything, very philosophical. It's just finally when everything gets explained to you, what's actually going on, why they're trapped in this loop, etc., etc. And it's the ending of the game. It's a crazy twist ending. You really don't know. I believe they're aliens, and you're teleported to this whole like different area.
Really, God, he's kind of an alien.
Yeah, he's kind of an alien, and then you kind of like, oh, they are all aliens. Okay, it's coming back to me now. And then you meet the other gods who are also aliens, and then there's the girl who's trying to
his wife or the girl he likes or whatever. I don't think.
Why is she trying to get back at him?
He did something. He like murdered someone or something, and like she
basically. If I explained, I'd have to explain like the whole fucking game to really explain this kind of confrontation. But yeah, it's the lead up. It's the ending of this game. This amazing story, and it ends with a great twist of it being aliens, and then I can't remember the exact reason, but then then it leads into the whole entire ending. I would kind of include just the ending in general in this, then where you get teleported back to the future and you get to talk to everyone in present day and stuff like that.
You can add that,
yeah. I would kind of just include that in this because it is just the ending of the game. And then he still has his headphones off, and it was a great moment. One of my favorites. I would definitely include it in the top 5. I would put all the endings up there, honestly. Maybe not all of them in the top 5, but certainly
I'm just
each ending
the main,
of Forgotten City. Sure.
This
main one is certainly the best one anyway, so might as well just have it out there. I would definitely consider it top 5.
Okay. I think we keep it, at least keep it for now. At least keep it for now. This one we'll let Sims talk. He's not here. I can't.
Sims, you might as well just take this one.
I'll wait because I'm sure he would want to hear this. He didn't really play Psychonauts 2. Do you want to take the band level as well?
Sure. Yeah, Psychonauts 2, the band level. This is probably the best, trippiest part of this game. Is the level where you try to you kind of go back in time for some reason. You're not back in time. You're inside the mine, but it is back in time.
Yes. It takes place in like the 60s or whatever. So you're reuniting the older.
You're reuniting the band. Yeah. And then Jack Black's in it. He's the lead singer of the band, and you get a really cool part with that. The art style is fucking awesome in this area.
Is the best art style.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about that later. But yeah, it's a really cool level. And very emotional when you get the band back together and stuff like that too. This is where the story really shines in Psychonauts.
I think let's keep it for now because I think that is a really solid.
I agree.
My favorite moment from the game. Sims, I know you're back now. You take the 12 minutes one. How about that?
Yeah, man.
You take that one.
I mean, this moment, we're going back now. Like, I think I had it. I think it was spoiled for me. Like on Twitter, people were just saying silly things about sisters and stuff. Mm-hmm. But like it still hit. Like it was like fuck. What the fuck? Like and once that reveal got revealed, like you were trying to figure out like How is this possible? And I can't remember now. So what happened? Explain it to me.
Just the reveal itself.
But how was he supposed to be a sister?
You
it was a long lost a sibling.
Brother,
you find out that I don't know. It was the dad's stuff. This whole section is just gonna be us trying to remember stuff.
It was basically the dad
she
cheated on.
She thought she killed her dad.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry.
The dad hypnotized you,
so you're
getting get over being in love with your sister.
Kinda. That's the ending. This is just the reveal. Is the moment I wanted to put.
That it is your sister, sure.
Yeah.
But she thought she killed her dad.
Yeah.
She ran off.
She thought she killed the dad, because
she ran off.
He was attacking someone, right, or attacking the mom, so that she thought she killed the dad, and at the end,
because she attacked the dad because he had an affair, had his son, and then somehow, some way, them two met,
fell in love,
started banging, doing all that ancestral dirty bastardness.
She got pregnant, and then you reveal that it's your sister.
But he doesn't know that, does he?
He learns it. Yeah, that's why he's getting the hypnotize at the end, because he wants to forget. Yeah, but that is not one of the best.
This game was fucked up, man.
What a weird moment. I'm gonna erase that one. What a weird moment.
What a great game.
Fucking weird ass game. Can't believe
this next one. Yeah, what a weird game. This next one's going to be interesting. I don't know if it's going to stay. It's up to you, Connor, which episode you'd want.
I want episode 3.
Okay. That's what I put. I put 5 just because I think 5
the ending of Life is Strange True Colors was great, but episode 3 was the whole LARP episode where you went through the town and you participated in a LARPing event. And you got a lot of cool character interactions through that. Stuff
it turned into turn-based RPG as well.
Yeah, it was a turn-based RPG for an hour.
We just take a minute to shout out. What a year for LARPing, man. What a year. Right? But LARPing just got put on the map this year, didn't it? They were like, LARPing, come over here. And they're like, what's up with that shot? And they just shoved this big old massive spotlight. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're LARPing. And now everyone's LARPing. I'm LARPing. I want to go LARPing.
Hit people with foam swords, yeah.
Oh, mate, listen. I'd be that guy, like, ching, ching, ching.
All right, let's move on.
This might have been a year of LARPing, but it could not get me to LARP.
Should this moment stay for now?
I would say yes.
Okay.
So I disagree. I think episode 1's the best episode.
Well, we'll keep it there now, and then we'll move on, and we'll start eliminating other ones because we got a lot of moments here. The final day of Deathloop, basically the final run to killing all of the 8 people.
Yeah, man, this is fantastic. As soon as you put all them jigsaw pieces together, and you've done it over, especially for someone who's after the trophies as well. Like you've mastered it, done it over and over and over and over and over, and then finally you do it all in a row, and it literally it goes back to that gameplay of it's so fluent, where to be at the exact same time, where every single NCP and NPC is going to be, and it all accumulates. And don't get me wrong, the ending's a bit shit because it's kind of just
I only put the final day because I do not like the ending of the game.
I just think as a final day, that final one last run is brilliant all the way up to that just last 30, maybe 2-3 minutes of the game, I think they just wrote themselves into a corner and what are we actually doing? And they were like, I don't know. If that makes sense. They kind of just didn't know how to put a bow on it. But I'd say, from beginning to end, from, the way you choose to kill everybody, I'm sure we'll all have different footsteps going up to that last final kill.
Me, not really. I played that game really linearly, honestly. So,
how did you kill?
Pretty standard.
How did you kill the guy that did the speeches?
Initially,
yeah.
I dropped him off.
You dropped him into the thing
on the stage. Yeah.
Me too.
I mean, there are other ways you could.
Yeah,
do it.
there's loads of
For
different
the
ways.
most
Yeah.
part, I played the whole game pretty linearly.
I think you could poison him.
Yeah, you can poison his beer. I think.
Yeah.
I like this
Connor-
last part, but it was kind of just me redoing a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff that I did already. Yeah, because it was just like, okay, here's the last day now. Now you just do it all together.
Now combined, yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of, I would delete it just because I just redid everything that I already previously did. And
I
while it
think
was
there
cool
are
to see it all
strong
finally come
moments.
together and doing it in a row.
But didn't you enjoy how flawless it was? Like, if you were good at the game as well, like it
Yeah.
was so flawless.
Yeah, definitely. And that was really cool too. But
you have an argument of being you've already done it, especially for someone.
yeah, that would
I
just
went
be
for
my
a trip.
only. Not that it wasn't a cool moment. It was a great moment.
No.
You did
You know-
already previously do that.
I think you're right, and I think that's a strong argument to erase it. But shout out to that final day.
Shout out.
I guess should I do this one really quick, Sims? The Before Your Eyes one?
Yeah,
Yeah, because I want to hear this.
Which I will just say before you leave. This is my
I can't hear
favorite
you
moment
at
of the year.
all. I can't hear anything.
Okay,
I want to hear it.
okay.
Go ahead.
I'm just seeing pattern I think. Yeah. thumbs.
So basically, the beginning of this game is you are, which is the only part that you've played, Connor. Which you should have just beat the whole thing because I felt the same way the first half of the game.
Not
the
gonna
beginning
board me. Get over it. Go ahead. I want to hear that ending now.
Okay. So basically the first part that you play as like an adult that is some sort of art dealer or whatever, a painter, and like selling their art and stuff, and that is the story that you play. And once you get out of that and you die,
Wait, so like after your life goes through, you die?
yes.
Okay.
No, so you are explaining. No, you are dead. Your character is
Because
already
you're like
dead.
you're going through your life in the whole game, right?
Yeah, you are basically retelling your life.
Oh,
to
I
the
know
character.
you're already dead. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. But like,
so basically, once
you're
you're
saying
dead,
this
then,
happens after you see your whole life through.
yes.
then you
So
die.
after your whole life is through, basically the ferryman's like, no, you're lying to me. That is not your life. Now you're gonna either tell me your life, or you're just not gonna go into the to afterlife, the good afterlife. So then you
Like
actually
heaven or hell type thing.
pretty much you are going to be judged is what the ultimate game is about.
Okay.
The ferryman's taking you to be judged. So
Okay.
basically when the twist is you are actually a terminally ill child, and you are living this terminally ill child's life and their short life pretty much. I don't really want to actually say too much more. I think I'm already
Wait, no. You're already here. You might as well spoil it all. Why is it?
no, I don't want to say too much.
So
'cause
where
I'm
did
gonna-
this other
I
life
am-
come from?
I am getting choked up already thinking about it.
Yeah, but you
Um,
gotta explain the rest here.
Basically, yeah, the twist is that you were actually a terminally ill child and you were playing the 8 years of this kid's life.
You were only playing through 8 years the whole time.
Well, this kid lived a very short life and died of a terminal illness. I think it was cancer or something, and that
So
Yeah.
was the other life that you go through just a
the
made
kid
up
lied.
life?
Yeah, the
Oh,
kid
okay.
lied.
Okay.
And basically, there is a sequence at the end of the game where it is flashing between the ferryman explaining your terminally ill life to this basically god, and then your mom kind of sitting at your bed as you're dying, kind of saying the same things to you as you're dying, as you like say your last words or her last words as you're dying.
Wow, that's tragic. Does he get accepted into heaven then?
You assume so.
You assume so. That's kind of left ambiguous.
Yeah, a little bit.
Wow, that's cool.
That's pretty much it.
So I must. That was your favorite moment then.
Yes. That's
Okay,
my
we'll keep
favorite
it in the
moment.
top 5 then.
The next moment was just a fun little moment for me. It was in Far Cry 6 of hearing Living La Vida Loca and Danny Rojas singing it. I just thought it was a charming little moment. I don't necessarily think I don't think it's the best moment. I just thought it was very fun. Fun little moment in the game. Because it's a very serious game, so having her just singing a song was pretty fun. House of Ashes, the asteroid reveal of what these things actually are.
Yeah, we were talking about this a little bit yesterday. This one's kind of specifically for you because I got a version of that moment, but I didn't really get. There's a couple different things that hint at this, but it sounds like you got a bigger moment with this. Than
Yeah, so basically you have to kind of
Sims,
play.
did you play this game?
No,
I can't remember. No,
it's something that I'd like. I might play them all in a row type thing.
yeah, you and
Sure,
Natalie should
sure,
play
sure.
together. At some
Yeah.
point. Yeah. She
Yeah,
liked
so
these?
Yeah, but she loved.
Until Dawn.
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, I mean everyone loves Until. But yeah, the asteroid moment, you basically have to get the perfect ending of the game, or perfect up until that point. And Ashley Tisdale kind of gets this like alien inside of her, and she kind of sees the past, and she sees basically this dreadnought ship crashing. Kind of looks like an asteroid crashing into Earth, and that's basically where these like vampire aliens have come from. Was Earth? They're not just some like demonic being that's been on Earth. They're actually aliens.
Cool
Earth
moment. I
One.
wouldn't keep it necessarily.
Yeah.
But,
I don't think so either. And I guess these next two you don't want to hear at all, Sims.
No.
Okay, so I guess I'll tap again.
Here, we can run through these real quick then.
The Lady Hellbender
Guardians
one
of
I will
Galaxy.
delete because I don't think this is the stronger moment.
Is this at the end when she comes flying back in?
Yes, this is when she's flying in on Fing
Cool.
Fang Foom.
So I'm pretty sure you could not get this moment too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
if
you could
don't-
not if you don't play it right.
Yeah, this is up to one of the decisions. I think the fight will be much harder. She doesn't actually come in, but it was a very cool moment. Lady Hellbender is a really cool character. So.
One of my favorites from the game. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
love her design.
I think a
She's
highlight
just-
of that game, just in general, was the side characters and the ones we haven't seen in the MCU.
Definitely, Cosmo
yeah.
was a good one, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'll delete that one.
Sure.
Do you want to? We'll hit both of them while he's here.
Sure.
So the birthday
Got you.
sequence. You want to take that one?
Yeah, birthday sequence. The Guardians of the Galaxy. It's towards the end of the game. It's you kind of get revealed to you what's going on with what's the kid's name?
Nikki, you're
Nikki.
basically she has accepted the promise, and you were trying to break her accepting the promise.
Sure. Yeah, and it's just a trippy sequence where you can play through it. It doesn't take as much time as you want in it, and then you eventually gotta. What do you got to tell her? You got to tell her to move on from her mom, right? And then
There's a couple ways to do it, but yeah, pretty much.
yeah,
So
I
you
like
think
the
that's
moment a
super
lot.
strong?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily keep.
Is
it
that
up there.
stronger than Star Lord's promise? Which is I'll just say that right now as well. Star Lord's promise is him. You basically need to pull the trigger and kill your mother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a really good part, huh? Does that also include the part where you can like go into the future and not the future, but like a version of the future, and you
Yes.
see all the Guardians living on the farm
Yes.
where Peter Quill grew up? Yeah.
You like.
So if you
yeah,
include that
basically
with
living
it,
a happy life.
I would say that moment's stronger than the birthday
Okay.
sequence.
So do you want to keep the?
But if I'm being honest, I probably wouldn't put either in the top two. I think that game really
Okay.
came together like as a whole. I don't think there's
Okay.
a particular moment that necessarily deserves to be in the top
I'll
five.
delete both of them, but shout out to Star Lord's promise. I think that's a strong moment for me this year. But I'll delete it.
Yeah,
as well.
liked it as well.
Sims.
And then Spider-Man swings in and kicks Star-Lord in the nuts.
And they reveal it's the Andrew Garfield version.
Oh no, and then everyone left.
So I won't say too much because I know Sims isn't there. So I put the final like encounter in Metroid Dread. I think it's really cool. I don't know if it's like the best moment. I just wanted to give it a shout out. It's probably my favorite part of the game. But yeah, I'd be fine with it being erased. I don't think it's stronger than some of these other moments. But it was really cool. It was a really cool build up to that final bit.
Is that like a final Emmy or is it like a final boss?
A final boss. A final boss into the very ending of the very game. Basically, my thing is the boss fight and then the end of the game. That was that bit that I want to put here. The final boss is the hardest thing in the game.
Is it that hard?
It's pretty challenging. It's pretty challenging. I mean, you pretty much start right at the final boss, so you can just keep trying. The next one. So we got two village ones here. We got the castle and then the dollhouse. Which to me, the castle
or whatever the fuck it's called.
To me, the castle was my favorite part because it is more standard Resident Evil.
If we're saying best moment,
yeah, the dollhouse is the best.
The castle is like a whole third of the game almost. So that's kind of
not that much.
Did I put that there? It's a lot of that fucking game.
You put the castle.
It was the castle, then the open world. Did I? Okay, well,
yeah, I put the
was
dollhouse.
right. It is a very good part. I would put the dollhouse above it though, as just best moment because that moment of that game was fucking awesome.
Yes. So
What happened with the
I'll erase the
dollhouse?
castle. That's
It was that
you
house
get the
Benito. It was the only scary part of the game. You remember?
What, where the big baby comes out, scares shit out
Yeah.
of you? Yeah, I'm not about
yeah.
that. The whole game just is utter shit.
Yeah, you hate this game more than
I've got nothing good to say about it. Like, I think it was trash from beginning to end. I just don't.
It's not.
The only
It's
thing
better
good
than
about
7
it,
to me.
the only
Your
thing good
opinion
about it
changed
was the
so much over
visuals.
time.
I know.
You
I know.
liked that game when you first put it
I
down.
didn't. I said it was alright. I just don't. I can't remember. I just thinking about it. Like, I don't care for it at all. None of it.
You know what I didn't care for was that fucking end part. I still have nightmares about that with that in that guy's factory.
Yeah.
Oh, just the
factory.
how
Heisenberg factory, whatever the fuck his name was. That shit was
Yeah.
awful.
I just think it's just shit. Like, just such a
It's
step
not that
down
bad.
from 7.
I really think the open
No,
world
I see.
part
I like
was
it
very
more than
fun.
7.
And that
I think it's
castle
a
was
much
super
better game
fun,
than
too.
7.
I think you
It's-
are on
See,
some
I think that
pure
that
crack cocaine.
It's
is-
not better than 7.
See, we'll talk about this when we get to the. Let's finish the moments. Well, we're not even in the game of the year yet.
Shockingly
So
shit.
yeah,
We're
let's,
only 2 categories in.
I know. That's why I said it's going to take a while.
Okay, that's all right.
Let's erase the dollhouse. I don't think it's the best moment. I think it was
Really?
the best moment of the
I
game.
think we
And
should
do you
leave
want
the
to keep it?
dollhouse.
Okay.
I want to keep the doll. I think House Benito was great. That part was scary as fuck. It was what's that game called? It was PT. It was PT in Resident Evil. It was fucking awesome.
Kinda. I think it was definitely different, but kinda. The Ratchet and Clank moments here. We got the parade, the opening parade, which was really more for me. I put it on there as the visual showpiece. I think it was just gorgeous. The balloons popped, like all the colors of the balloons. I think they did a very good job of opening with that game. They showed the power of the PS5. They showed, the ray tracing and all of that. The opening of Ratchet was my favorite moment personally, other than, the gameplay. It was great. But you
I
put
really liked the open world
world.
section. I thought that world was really cool. It wasn't like too big of an open world. It just had just some fun open world stuff to do in it. And then this also made the thruster booths, that I was talking about earlier, really fun. This was kind of the only area you could like really just run around with them and do shit in. And yeah, thought it was really cool. I wouldn't necessarily put it up in the top 5, but I just liked the moment.
Okay. What
I
about
would shout out the
parade?
moment where you find out that Kit was the one that took Rivet's arm too. Because I like that twist.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
that was really cool. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good twist.
The parade I
Ollie
wouldn't
raced the
either,
parade.
but yeah.
Ollie raced the
Shout out to
parade.
Ratchet. I mean, I like a lot of parts in that game. I don't think any particular moment really stands out as a moment of the year, though.
Okay, the next one. Is it okay if I spoil technically the ending of the first half of the game?
Does Jinx die?
Of Returnal?
What are we talking about?
Oh, I thought we were on Maroon King. Never mind. Sorry.
No. Or Returnal.
Okay, yeah, Returnal. Yeah, you can
Cool
spoil
for me to
I don't plan on going back.
So
to this
Act
game.
1 is the end of the first half. Technically, the Act 1 and 2 are just the main game, and then you can get Act 3, which is like an extra ending. So technically, Act 2 is the end of the game. But ending of Act 1 basically is a big build up to beating the third boss, which is this just epic boss battle, and you're trying to get to like the beacon to like signal for your help to get out of the game, and building up into that, you think it is the very end of the video game because there are no other worlds. This is pretty much it, and you beat the final boss.
You're not like early enough to where you think like, wow, that's weird. It's ending
No.
right now. Really? Oh, okay,
No.
that's cool.
So basically,
That's how long it takes to get through Act 1 of this game. Interesting.
It takes a while. I mean, there's 3 worlds. The 3 worlds, yeah.
How long are the other 2 then? That must be short in comparison.
I mean, no, there are 6 worlds total.
Okay.
So you beat 3 worlds and you assume that that's the end. So basically, you call for you call for a signal for a ship, and she leaves. You get off the planet. You get off Atropos. And she lives an entire life. She is an old lady.
What?
You see her live a fulfilling life. There's like it's in little flashes, like she's playing a piano. She's like living an entire life, and she dies. And they show a little scene of her like being put into a grave. And once you're put into the grave, you wake up and you're back on Atropos.
Fucking awesome.
Isn't that an awesome moment? It's one of my
What?
favorite moments of this year. And then
That's
half
dope.
the game. Now you have to do World 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, and then you go
What
into
happens
a
at the end
different
of 4,
planet?
5, and 6?
Yeah. What's the ending of this game?
Basically, the entire game story is you kind of assume it's all in her head because there was a car crash and she is kind of you you kind of get the feeling that her kid died and she see that okay so there was a car crash and you assume that she's maybe either still there in the crash trying to get out and this is all still just running through her head, or she got out of that car crash and is still reliving her death of her kid and her crashing the car. Because the last level you see the car, you see this like sea monster thing, but I don't even know really what the sea monster thing is, but it's kind of like I don't like that ending as much as the ending of Act 1.
That sounds fucking dope.
Act 1's ending is
You
awesome.
just sold me on that game a little bit. I'm not gonna play it, but man, that was cool.
Ending of Act 1's awesome.
That is awesome.
So I think that moment. To me, that is my number 2. My number 1 is the Before Your Eyes, and then number 2 is for me is the ending of Act 1, and then my number 3 is Detective. But we can continue here. I'll erase this. The final fight for Ruined King, I thought it was really fun to finally get to that final boss that you've been working towards the whole time, and as the team take down the final boss. But it was really cool.
Was Jinx in it?
Jinx is not in the game.
That's a shame.
It Takes Two, the elephant moment, the very comedy moment where you are ripping this elephant off of the roof of this shelf or whatever, and this thing is kicking and screaming, and it lasts for way too long.
What was the build up for? They wanted the elephant for something, didn't they?
They needed to kill. They need to make her cry. That was the idea.
They killed the elephant.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it's not a worthy,
very funny moment.
Yeah, but I just thought it was funny to put on here.
It Takes Two. What a game.
Good game, man. Someone say Game of the Year.
Yeah. I'll let you do these two, Connor. The 2 Halo moments. I've talked a
lot. Halo Infinite, the Cortana speech. You might have to talk about this one because what are you referring to in particular? Like the very end?
Her very final thing that she talks to Chief. Her last message to Chief.
Do you care, Sims?
Yeah. I'm back in a minute.
Okay.
So basically, I know it gets explained that the weapon is another version of Cortana, and then
apparently a direct copy.
Exactly.
Well, she was just explaining that she basically put the message. She was basically speaking directly to him, even though that she wasn't. It was like a recording, and telling him to basically move on without her. Telling him
it's okay to be with the weapon. Mm-hmm. You know, you two can get physical and whatnot. Yeah, I kind of just clump all that together, like the whole her talking to the main brute, whatever his name was.
Atriox.
Yeah, you get a lot of that in like the last couple of levels.
Yeah,
and, where she's explaining what's actually happened and what happened to Atriox and what's happening to her and whatnot, and the moves they were making throughout the whole game and stuff. And
her basically destroying their entire homeworld.
Yeah, so this is basically the end of Cortana, at least the Cortana we know. Yeah, cool moment.
And then you want to? Should we erase that? Is that?
Yeah, I'd erase that. That wasn't particularly sticking out to me. I think that was more sticking out to you than
for the legacy of Cortana as well.
Yeah,
kind of the 20 years build up to that final.
It was a very nice way to move on from Cortana, which I wasn't even sure if we do in this game. Mm-hmm. While I was playing it, you know, like that. That stuff really didn't come up till the end. But yeah, very cool.
Okay, I'll erase it. And then, do you want to talk about the next one for Infinite?
Halo Infinite, the road. Sorry, my mic. One of the last missions in the game is you're finally going to the final confrontation, and in like a lot of Halo games, you get the cool epic music. You're driving a tank, you got a bunch of soldiers, you got all the good weapons and stuff, and you're just going towards a whole army of enemies. And then you're driving at them with the tank. The music starts playing, you know, the classic
nice Halo riff.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, and it took me back to my Halo 3 days, Halo 2 days, whatever, you know, and it took me back to being in those moments, and it's very cool, very cool. That was the like moment for me where I was like, this game's fucking dope. Halo is back. This is awesome. Having a great time.
Is that worthy to keep?
I know I feel like I'm saying they're worthy of keeping all of these. Moments are very hard because it's like, man, these are all like really cool. It's hard to judge which one's better than which, but how many do we got left here? 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We gotta erase 3 more, and then actually we gotta erase up to 2 more. We gotta get to 2. Let's get to the final 2.
Out of the ones I'm seeing here, yeah, I would erase this, but big shout out to this moment.
Okay, big shout out.
I mean, obviously, there's 2 on here I can't really speak to, so it would be up to you more. But we deleted it anyway, so big shout out to that moment.
So I guess why he's not here? You want to eliminate other ones? Do we want to eliminate the Life is Strange LARPing, or is that a top? Is that top 2?
Oh man, these are all hard for me. Like obviously, I'd put it above your 2, so it's kind of just because I didn't experience those moments.
I'll erase Before Your Eyes. For me, that is my favorite moment this year. But
Okay,
I'm the only one.
It sounded very good.
But... I mean, we're gonna need to erase the rest to get to it. So I'm the only one that will fight for it. It is the most emotional gaming experience I think I've ever had. So I'll erase it. What about the Dollhouse? I think the Dollhouse is the weakest thing here still.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're gonna have to take out the Dollhouse. Yeah, sure.
I think it's the weakest moment here.
Okay.
Okay. What about the Psychonauts 2 band level? Is that the next weakest moment?
Let's read off our top 5. Top 5
sure.
moment here. Hitman 3. What's it called?
Dartmouth mouth. Dartmouth.
The Darth Maul Manor, sure. And then the Forgotten City, the Final Confrontation. Psychonauts 2, the band level. Life is Strange, True Colors, Episode 3. And then Returnal, the ending of Act 1. Is our top 5 for best moments.
Mm-hmm. I mean, from this list now, because
that Act 1 ending sounded so cool to me, but I
that's
will
my
leave
number
that
1.
up to you.
That is my number 1 now because Before Your Eyes.
Then keep it on. So. Keep it on for now, for sure.
Yeah, that because I don't have the Before Your Eyes.
I would probably say, unfortunately, get rid of the Forgotten City Final Confrontation.
I think so as well.
Love that moment. Absolutely love the ending of the game, but I think that game.
I don't think it's a top 2
one moment. I think there was a lot of moments in that game.
It's the journey you go through. Yeah.
Yeah. Next, I would probably personally I would eliminate
the band level.
Probably the band level. Yeah, I'm probably with you there. Very good moment. Awesome level, just in general. The art.
But again, Psychonauts 2 is full of great moments. So like. This just happens to be the one standout for me.
Yeah, it doesn't stand out enough gameplay wise. I don't think it just than anything else in the game. So yeah, I would just eliminate it.
Now we got to eliminate one more final one.
Again,
push for the Returnal.
Up to you.
I'm gonna push it for it to win at this point.
Are you?
It was my number 2, but I took off my number 1, so this is my number 1 moment.
Sims, we'll leave it up to you then. Either
we got to take off one more.
For I think Hitman 3, the Manor is number 1, personally.
So then, should we take off Life is Strange? Because I know Sims says that's not even his favorite episode.
Sims, do you like Life is Strange more than the Returnal one or the Hitman 3 one?
I mean, I've only heard of them. I've not played Returnal or Hitman.
So is it okay to get rid of Life is Strange?
I think you two should make this decision.
Okay, so I'm going to erase Life is Strange because our number 1s are different. And then now we got to pick a winner here. So we either have the Dartmouth map from Hitman 3 and then the detective section of it, or Returnal Act 1. I think we need you, Sims, because he said his is the detective.
Yeah.
Mine is the ending of Act 1.
The ending, I'm fine with the Returnal thing, though, because that sounded fucking awesome.
I think we should do the Returnal thing. The Returnal thing sounds dope, to be fair.
Isn't it? All right. So, best moment of the year is the ending of Act 1 in Returnal. I'm glad I pushed it for you guys. I know that moment's really awesome.
Right.
All right. Let's move to the next category.
Now presenting our next category, Kevin Hart.
Hey, what's up, lad? That's small. What's up, great man?
They was really hoping one of you would have a good Kevin Hart impression, and I was not disappointed.
I don't know if that was good, but
I was not disappointed. Okay, your nominees for Best Narrative: Life is Strange, True Colors, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Psychonauts 2, It Takes Two, For Your Eyes, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, The Forgotten City, Deathloop, Lost Judgment, Far Cry 6, House of Ashes, Metroid Dread, Ruined King, Nier Replicant, Returnal, Halo Infinite, and Tales of Arise.
I will say something about this year. Not many good stories.
I don't
Really?
think there's a
From
lot.
you're
from
not.
where I'm standing, so I played Life is Strange. No, I've not played Guardians, which I've heard is a really good story, which is the one that I could say or that could win. Psychonauts I didn't click with. It Takes Two, good gameplay. Story was great. The ending, the story was
let
good.
me-
The opposite way here. I almost
I
think this
know.
was a bad year for gameplay and a great year for stories.
A lot of good stories. So I'm just going to start knocking stories off just because I want to get through this category. I'm going to say goodbye to Near Replicant. Really cool game. I think had a pretty interesting story, but I'm not going to fight for it that much. I'm also going to say Ruined King. I think had a pretty fun story.
Would anybody
I'm not
like
really
a
gonna fight
goldfish?
too hard. No, thank you.
I would say get rid of Deathloop because the ending is kind of trash.
I that was going to be my next
Yeah,
one. I think Deathloop had a really cool build up, and they just did not stick the landing. I'm going to say Far Cry 6. My favorite part was probably the characters in the story, but I don't know if it's stronger than some of these other ones. Let's see here. Ooh. I think Returnal has a cool moment, but the overall story didn't like completely land, like the very ending of the game. I know I'd be the one to push for it.
Discretion.
So I think I'll knock it off myself as a story beat there. Any other ones that we should kind of get rid of quicker here?
No, I mean obviously Lost Judgment and Tales. That's up to you. And Metroid. Is Metroid like? Do you guys really think Metroid Dread has one of the best narratives this year?
I think it has some cool story parts, but I agree. I don't know. I also think Metroid is a combination of a lot of things that amalgamate into a great video game. Like it's good gameplay, good story, good map. There's just a lot there. Good music, but we could take it off. You said Tales. I haven't completed Tales, so I think I will have to erase that. I know I'm not going to log off right now, but the story's great so far. I just haven't completed it, so I haven't seen the end, so I can't really justify it. I think Lost Judgment has a really good story. It's not my favorite story this year.
I would say I have two I could get rid of.
Okay. Forgotten City, maybe?
No.
I think Forgotten City, the characters are stronger to me than the plot.
Forgotten City's my number 3 on here. If I'm being honest. I would say Halo Infinite and Ratchet and Clank off. I love the story in both of those actually. Probably Halo Infinite a bit more, but
I'm fine with that.
I don't think it's the best narrative of this year.
I'm fine
Ratchet
with
had a
it.
great story too. I really like that Kit and Rivet twist with the arm, and I thought they were great characters as well.
I think that I think Ratchet.
You can say the characters are better than the story?
Yeah. I think again, Ratchet just has stronger characters than it does the overall plot.
Yeah.
Nothing against Ratchet because I think that's a great video game.
Probably It Takes Two next. I know you're gonna argue for Before Your Eyes.
I would. Yeah, no. Talking about taking It Takes Two off, I would say so as well.
Yeah, I would say It Takes Two. Take that off next. Again, I thought a great story, really unique story for video games. Honestly,
we don't get a lot of divorce stories, right?
Yeah, parents divorce. Very kid
It
friendly.
ends on a realistic approach as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would have just made the choice though. They should have just
very
said, they're
funny
divorced.
as well, writing wise.
It was very funny.
Yeah, it was very funny. But yeah, I would say take it off.
So
And
the
then,
next, I know that
out of
this
all
one's
these, it's up to you how you feel about Before Your Eyes.
What I'm gonna say, this is gonna, I think, ultimately be up to you, Connor, because me and you were the only ones that played this video game. I think House of Ashes should be the next one because I don't think it's a top 5 worthy. I think it's very fun story. It's very like B horror movie. Is it?
I would put House of Ashes below all the other ones except Before Your Eyes, but obviously I didn't play Before Your Eyes.
I mean, Before Your Eyes is my favorite story this year.
Sure.
So I think that alone,
Yeah, you can take House of Ashes off.
House of Ashes off. All right, so now we're into the top 5 territory here. Now, I know we and you have dominated the conversation. I would like to hear what Sims has to say with anything here.
Before he says that, your top 5 for best narrative: Life is Strange, True Colors, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Psychonauts 2, Before Your Eyes, and The Forgotten City.
Brought to you by Goldfish.
Sims, what's your number one out of these? Because I don't.
I mean, I played
these except
I
Life is
played
Strange?
one of them.
Okay.
That's it. I mean, Guardians of the
Good
Galaxy.
amount of Guardians, right?
Yeah, he was like halfway through, I think.
No.
Yeah, there's only like 16 chapters. I'm pretty sure.
I'm only
you
on
were,
like chapter 5 or something.
Okay, well, you're about a third of the way through. That's pretty
It's
far.
actually pretty fucking long.
It's longer than you think.
That's what puts me off, to be honest with you.
If I'm gonna eliminate one, I think to me the weakest is the Forgotten City. Because again, this is another game that I think is stronger with characters than it is with major plot. I liked learning more about these individual people than I did what is actually happening.
I considered the ending and then all the other endings.
The ending is
part of the
strong.
plot, and I think all of those are so strong. And I think the world building for such a short game is super strong too. So I guess it depends how much you want to consider that narrative. It's not my number one though, so if you want to knock it off, that's fine with me.
I know I'm the only one that's going to fight for it, but I still think Before Your Eyes is my favorite. I mean, I will take it off because I'm the only one here that's going to fight for it.
I'd like to fight for it.
It sounds good. It was fine. I mean, I will say from the first 30 minutes, it just didn't catch me. So
because I think that it again, I'm not spoiling anything.
Hearing the ending now, I can see why the first 30 minutes didn't really get to me.
I know, because I think it's intentional. I think they intentionally did that.
Sure.
Narrative wise.
But is that a good thing? How many people are like me that played the first 30 minutes?
It's literally 2 hours. It's one movie you could have played through.
No, that's fine. I get it. It's a me thing. But like I said, I am the type of person that, I play a game. I'm not enjoying it for
I know. I'm with you.
Long, I'm out.
I'm with you. I dip out. But if I told you the length, that's not really much of a commitment there. But
yeah, I watched 30 minutes of a bad movie. I'm out.
Okay. Well, I'll erase it then because I'm the only one that's going to fight.
You don't need to watch that Matrix. Good.
I watched 15 minutes of the Matrix. I was out.
It hurts. It hurts that I even have to erase that game, but there's not much I can do when I'm the only one that played it.
Shit happens.
It's not my fault, Daniel.
What?
It's not my fault.
I didn't. I'm not blaming.
It is Sim's fault. It's Sim's fault. Honestly, it really is.
All my fault. All my fault. I'm gonna play it. Nah, I'm gonna play it.
Oh, he's gonna play it after.
I'm genuinely gonna.
I'm gonna
download it.
Game of the year tomorrow.
I'm gonna. Do I have to play it with a mouse?
There are clicks you can play. So you could play it with the blinking. If you do the blinking, I think you still need your mouse to be there just in case for stuff. But,
excuse me.
Yeah. So we got to eliminate one more here. Get to the top two.
I will eliminate Psychonauts 2. Love the narrative. Oof. Love the themes it has. I just enjoy the other two more.
Okay.
The fact that Guardians is still there makes me just want to play it right now.
I'll do it. I'll be there with you, Connor. I'll be there with you. Now we're down to the last two here.
Great story though, really. For a 3D platformer, it's probably the best story there is, honestly.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna choose a winner here.
I would say Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know. Maybe
what, Connor? Let's go. It's not what I thought you were gonna say.
I'm with it, man. Guardians of the Galaxy was so fucking good. Honestly, the more I think about it, this might be the best story-wise superhero video game out there. Honestly, that's over the Arkham games. That's over the Marvel Spider-Man games. Both of them. This might be better than both of those story-wise. It's so good.
You know what? I think you might be spitting facts right now. I think you're spitting facts. That's crazy to even say that.
Maybe we're arguing too much, because we did take a couple out because they have better characters than overall story. But this game has a fantastic overall story as well.
It's both characters and plot, which is hard. And
you get so much plot from learning more about the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. You get so much backstory here. And I like how they highlight each of the characters. They each pretty much get their own time, except Groot. He gets the short end of the stick.
But he's
weird because he's a stick.
He is there for Rocket. That's why they have a dynamic. Yeah,
and maybe you do get a bit too much of Drax. It does feel like Drax's story at some point, but this game was fucking awesome, man.
That's our best narrative. Boom. Shout out to Life is Strange though.
It's such a shame. Sometimes I think man, if you guys just nailed the gameplay in Guardians of the Galaxy, you'd have a 10 out of 10 game.
Yeah. All right, best narrative. Let's move on to.
Shout out to Life is Strange True Colors, though.
I know,
Man. I thought it was
yeah.
the best Life is Strange story. Again, the LARPing in episode 3, the ending was fucking awesome. First episode, like Sim said, is fucking great. Yeah.
All right. Next category.
Next category, best character.
You want to
God,
read them off again? It's a lot here.
No, there's a lot. We're not going to
Okay.
read these. One of you guys want to
So-
read them off?
No,
Who's,
that's
who's our next celebrity guest?
right. We got LeBron James.
Team best character,
LeBron James.
Meryl Streep.
So I'm just gonna go ahead. I put 2 Ruined King characters in here: Sarah Fortune and Ari. I think they're both really good characters, but I will gladly take them off. I don't think they're as
Where's
strong as
Jinx?
some of the other ones. Jinx is not in that game.
Who is this Jinx?
She's
From Arcane? From Arcane. What
I
I'm
got
gonna
my-
say.
TV shows too. I'll read them off.
Can I take off Dr. Hakim? I don't really. I know you put him on here as more. I think more of a joke. I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
take
he's-
off the number 1 right away. Number
don't think
1
he's-
seed, the fucking love book guy from It Takes Two.
I don't think he's very strong.
Number 1 seed. No, take him off. All right.
What's wrong with the book?
Thought he was funny though.
He just wasn't really.
What was that book
Strong
done
character.
to any of you guys?
That's what I was saying. He was awesome.
Is there anybody else that immediately sticks out we should take off? I guess I'll take off Kaine from Near Replicant. I think she was the standout there, but I don't think as strong as some other characters here.
I would say the pilot from Halo
the
Infinite. He
pilot,
was great,
yeah,
but
not
that's
as
very-
strong as the other
He
two.
was the voice of reason in this game.
Yeah, I don't think as strong
What the
as
fuck are we doing, guy? And I appreciated having that, but he got annoying.
he did get annoying. They made him too annoying at the end of the game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take off the grunts. I think the grunts are just really funny. That's why I put them on here.
the grunts are funny.
I'll take off these 3 Tales of Arise characters. I haven't beaten the game yet, but there are some very strong characters in that video game.
Okay, now I know you guys love Death Door, but does Pothead really become like a great character?
I put him on here because he. The thing that
How much
stands
do you
out.
see of Pothead? Because I met Pothead and I only played like 2 hours.
I mean, you see him throughout that whole act. I think the reason why I put Pothead on here was because he is a beacon of light in this very dark world. He is very upbeat and happy and always fun to talk to, even though he has basically a curse on him and we have to go kill his grandmother. So I think that in his situation, Pothead is a beacon of light, like I said.
He's
but-
also not a bird, which is great.
Yeah, I'll take him off, but I just wanted to shout out Pothead. I'll also take off Eno from Guilty Gear. She's just a cool rocker with a cool guitar. She looks like a witch as well. Let's see. I'll take off Celine from Returnal. I think she's cool, but not the strongest character here.
I would take off Salem from House of Ashes. He was cool, but his best part
Celine.
was the relationship, or whatever the fuck his name was.
With
his
Jason?
best part was the relationship with Jason. Yeah, so you would
Yeah.
almost kind of need to put both of them together to have that
Yeah,
really stick out.
I
But him
agree.
alone wasn't as nearly as interesting as him with Jason.
100%. I want to just give Salim a shout out because he was the best part of that game.
I agree.
Do we want to eliminate Chief? Is Weapon better than Chief?
Weapon is better than Chief. Yeah, I would take
I think
Chief.
so too.
I think you get a
Shout-
lot of him in this game.
Shout out to Chief though, yeah.
Very cool, but yeah, take him off.
Okay.
Till he takes
Any-
off that helmet, he ain't winning no character of the year. Take it off, Chief. Do it, 343.
I'll take off
Hashtag
Yagami.
Take off the helmet.
No. I'll take off Yagami from Lost Judgment. He is awesome. I think he's a great protagonist, but maybe not the best character this year. I'm gonna take shots here. Can I remove Colt from Deathloop?
Shots fired. No, I would say he has to be in the top 5. He was great. Colt's funny.
I think what taints Colt is just the honestly
I
what
would
taints the
almost
whole
put
game.
Colt and Juliana in the top 5.
No way. I think what taints most of that game is the ending for me.
Sure,
I
but
just
Colt
didn't-
was so cool throughout the whole thing. Badass
Yeah.
line.
I honestly I
Maybe
think
not
I
a
like,
lot of whole lot of character progression going on. With
I think
Cole.
I might, at the end of the day, like Juliana more as a character, to be honest.
Sims.
I'm okay with it.
Wow.
Removing him?
Oh, they
Yeah.
disrespect Arcane right now, Sims.
Oh.
Hey,
All right,
they're just
Unbelievable.
There's 2 people. We're removing them. There's 2 people that said it.
Unbelievable.
my favorite part. My favorite part was like he starts hitting on her.
Oh, no.
It's just weird because it's his fucking
A
daughter.
lot of incest this year. A lot of incest.
There is the year of time loops and incest.
Who else should we take off? I guess I'll take off. Here, I'll talk to both of you. I guess is Danny Rojas. Probably my favorite
because
Far
the
Cry
character's
protagonist.
better in Ted Lasso.
Okay. Is Danny Rojas being probably one of the best Far Cry main characters? Is that worth being on the top 5?
Danny Rojas in Spider-Man.
Is there a Danny Rojas in Spider-Man?
No, the guy that plays Danny Rojas.
Who did he play?
Post-credit scene. Bartender.
Martin.
Oh, that was him.
Oh,
Okay.
was he?
Yeah, that's all I can think about. It took me completely out of the film. I was like, oh, Footbody's live! Yeah!
Spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home.
Sure,
There's a
alright,
bartender.
well, it's a bartender. Shut the fuck up.
So it's Danny Ross. Take Danny Ross.
I just think he's generic. Far Cry 6. Oh, I kill
I don't
everybody.
think it. I don't. No, I completely disagree with you. The
You can
generic.
disagree all you want. Check him off the list.
So I'm just going to say that you must just not like any Far Cry game because that is the best main character for a Far Cry game that they've ever had.
Yeah, just
Better than Jason.
Jason Brody, yeah,
Jason Brody. Come on now.
yeah.
did you not
All
see
right,
that?
well, if you want to
intro
remove,
scene?
that's fine. If you want to remove, that's fine. I'm just saying that is the best Far Cry main character they've ever had.
Yeah, I would remove Danny Rojas.
Let's see.
Samus, how you guys feeling about that? There are a lot of characters there for Samus.
I think they make Samus the most badass that Samus has ever been in this game.
He does walk away
And-
from a lot of falling stuff.
What?
She walks away from a lot of falling stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Slowly.
She's always like walking away. Yeah.
It's like that
do
first
you
boss
think-
fight.
Do you think that her coolness is enough to like keep her in the top 5?
I mean, she's
Because
muted.
we're the only ones that have played this.
I mean, who's she against?
She talks a little bit in the game.
Does she win?
Yeah, a little bit, not much, but she talks a little bit.
I mean,
Is that worth?
I mean, I don't think it's even me. You take her out. Like, I mean, she's a badass. Don't get me wrong, but like, you got Star Lord. I mean, Lady D, Rivet. I mean, the weapon. Like, she was cool.
All right, well,
I miss Connor.
yeah. Should we? Is there anyone that sticks out for you to take out right now? We got to keep whittling them down here.
Rivet.
That was who I was looking at. I think Rivet's strong, but I don't know if better than some of these other ones.
Do you think Connor moved away from that fight because he was too hot?
No. Connor, you cool with taking Rivet out? You're muted.
Nah, you muted.
Sorry.
Is Rivet
fire
cool to
is
take out?
really Huh?
Is Rivet cool to take out? Is that the
No.
next one?
Rivet is not cool to take out.
You don't think so?
Where are we? Oh, okay. I didn't realize we had so little left.
Yeah. I think Rivet's probably the weakest one here.
I think Lady D is the weakest
I
one.
think Lady D's the next one to take off, though. Yeah.
Okay, there are 5 better than Rivet, so fine. But
Okay.
Lady D first.
You want to take off Lady D as well? Because I agree.
Yeah, Lady D's cool.
We needed
but,
more Lady D.
Daniel brought up a good point yesterday. She probably smells bad, so
Yep.
I said something as well, but we're not allowed to repeat it.
We're not
podcast.
repeating that. We're not repeating that.
what did you say exactly, Sims?
It doesn't matter,
No.
actually. I was,
I think it does. I think it's crucial to this
So-
whole episode. Honestly.
I've drank as well, and I know I can restrain myself from saying that.
I'll ask in another hour.
I want to eliminate. I think the character I'm going to vote to eliminate next kind of sucks because I don't want to say it, but I think
Say it.
Raz is the next one to eliminate. Even though I love Raz, I think Raz is
I
great.
agree. I don't think he's even the strongest character in this
I
game.
I know, but I think he
It's
is
hard
very
to
strong.
nominate another character for that game because you get a
A
lot
lot,
of
I
time
know.
with each of them, but like it's like segments of all of them. So
100%.
yeah,
I do think Raz is one of the strongest characters in that game, but like
He's a good character. He's
the thing that
definitely
makes the thing that makes Psychonauts so great is the ensemble cast. You know.
Yeah.
All right, we have top 5 now.
Okay. I would say eliminate.
You want to
Star.
name them? Do you want to name them again?
Oh yeah. Your top 5 best character: Alex Chen, Life is Strange,
Sponsored by
True Colors.
Budweiser.
Steph, Life is Strange, True Colors. Star Lord, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Galerius, The Forgotten City, and The Weapon, Halo Infinite.
Yay.
Now, I would say eliminate Star Lord. I think you could argue that all the other characters are just as strong, if not stronger.
Sure. It's another one. It's the same Raz thing where it is a group, right?
The Guardians,
it is the Guardians, but I think he's the standout still. But like, I agree, it is the group that makes it so strong.
He honestly annoyed me for like the first third of the game.
I think that's intentional. I think a lot of that is intentional. They want you to grow. They want you to grow with him. The next one, I'll do it just because this one's gonna hurt me.
Do it.
I think Steph is not as good as Alex, but Steph is also still, I think, one of the strongest Life is Strange characters that they've ever written, and I'm excited to see more of Steph, especially with playing her DLC episode that they did. So good. I'd be willing to let Steph go though, unless we want another one first.
Maybe I'll play that tonight.
It's only one episode.
I'm gonna play that. It's
good. Should we eliminate Steph? Is that okay? I hate saying it though.
I agree that Alex Chen is also better. So
Steph is so strong.
Maybe we should nominate Eleanor. What the fuck's her name?
Eleanor.
Eleanor Leith.
Eleanor Leith, Sims' favorite character of the year.
So
I just think for Eleanor Sims.
Actual Snake, like the amount of effort I went into making that woman happy. I went to that flower shop every day, and I went through some of the same dialogue every time because there was no more dialogue to talk about. But I was just worried about her because I thought, I was just to see if she's alright. I was like, "Are you okay, Ducky? Would you like me to do some groceries? I can trim some of these flowers for you. Your daughter, is she okay? Alright, I've had a word with your daughter. She's gonna stay for you." And then at the end, she stabs me in the back. Do you know how much that hurt? Do you know? I went to see her. I was like, "You alright, dog?" I was like, "Look, I think you need to stay." She's like, "Yeah." And the bus turned up, and she didn't get on it. I ruined that poor girl's life because I felt sorry for this old bitch. And at the end, she was like,
"We have so much more left."
I'm so angry.
All right, let's move on. We have so much to talk about still.
Okay.
Let's eliminate Galerius. I think Galerius is probably the next weakest. I like Galerius. He's probably the best character there.
Ooh.
The other two are so much stronger than Galerius. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but sending Galerius on different errands that I've
it's
already
so funny. What do you tell him? Go here. So funny.
Okay, fine. That's fine. Although you do get a lot of great character stuff with him at the end of the game. But
yes.
Sure. Eliminate
Galerius.
I would say my number 1 is Alex Chen. Great character. My favorite Life is Strange character. She's just a cool, hipster girl, plays the guitar.
I'm going to agree. I think Alex Chen is the best character this year, and
all right.
I think the weapon. It's very close with the weapon because I really like the weapon, but I think Alex Chen wins. Yeah,
I agree as well. I agree.
Yeah. What about Sims?
No, I agree. I agree because in the dark moments, she really shone. Like, especially the moment in episode 5. And episode 1 were the best episodes for me. Like episode 5, like when she's hearing what people were saying and thinking, etc., etc. Like she, when she was, it sounds bad to say, but when she was in the darkest places, her performance was better.
Mm-hmm.
Well said, Sims. That was great.
Yeah, well, you see.
While you do this category or announce, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Sure.
Man's got a piss. We need to split this episode, by the way.
Okay. When do you want to pause?
Maybe after the... Is it best indie or something? Best art direction. Just
best art direction? Okay.
And then...
next up for best music and sound, then. Your nominees are Death's Door, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, The Artful Escape, Far Cry 6, Nier Replicant, Resident Evil Village, Life is Strange True Colors, Lost Judgment, Call of Duty Vanguard, Resident Evil Village, Forza Horizon 5, The Ruined King, Aerial Knights Never Yield, Returnal, Halo Infinite, and Tales of Arise. Bum, bum, bum.
This is the
Sims,
whole
what's
way
sticking
goes.
out to you here?
Me, I mean, I like the Life is Strange. Guardians of the Galaxy was sick. Probably Halo. Like Halo's got a dope soundtrack. Halo's got a killer soundtrack. Death's Door, that one particular moment in that, you might have even got there.
Which one?
It's like you go down into this dungeon, and the way the level would move would be in time with the beat. So it'd be like, but that would be in time with the beat, and it was like, oh, I was like, I've never seen that before in my life. What was it? I don't remember. Call of Duty. I mean, I've not played it, but I can imagine the sound being sick, especially with all the bombs and the gunfire.
Yeah, it's interesting when you add in sound. So that's completely different.
I mean, I'm sure Daniel's got something to say about the Artful Escape.
Certainly.
And I'm sure that'd be great as well.
As far as sound design, I almost think Resident Evil Village is the best there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of cool sounds. Daniel, what's sticking out to you here in this category?
Well, there's a few. Because like I also put best music / sound because I think that there are some games here that have a lot of good sound design. Like I think Village really sticks out for having great sound design. I don't necessarily think that the soundtrack is good, but it's gun sounds and stuff. Same with Vanguard. Vanguard has very good sound design.
Just said that.
I
just said that. Told you you'd say it, wouldn't
I? In terms of like music, I want to shout out Halo Infinite because it has good new music, not just original sound. And the original songs that they did are completely redone because they had to because of Marty, all the stuff with Marty O'Donnell and stuff. If you want to start like you and your I'll eliminate Tales of Arise. I think it's very good, but I don't know if it's as strong as some of these other games. Aerial Knights Never Yield has a really cool hip hop vibe. I played that kind of towards the beginning of the year. It's that endless runner, but I don't know if it's as strong as some of these other games. I'll also eliminate Ruin Knight. I think it has pretty good music, but not as strong.
when it comes to Forza, like, I mean, I don't know nothing about cars, but I guarantee them engines sound like they're proper engines.
The car sounds are great.
Yeah. Forza, I would eliminate for music, but then sound you add.
I know the overall.
That's tough.
It's top. I think Forza is a top 5 here. I think just for overall sound, and I think for music it has a good soundtrack.
I'm sure it does. I just don't. The music doesn't stick out to me in that game.
Sure. Ooh, it's gonna be hard to eliminate some of these here.
Yeah, I would say
I'll eliminate Lost Judgment because it has one of my favorite like intro songs. That intro song is a jam. Oh man, it's really good, but I'll eliminate it. I'll eliminate Returnal.
Call of Duty.
You want to eliminate Call of Duty? Sure.
Yeah,
I'll be fair with that. I'll eliminate Returnal as well. I think Returnal has some good sounds, but its soundtrack doesn't really stick out too much to me.
I mean, what's your business with Far Cry 6?
I think Far Cry 6. Okay, we're just shooting shots, right?
No, I'm just asking. What do you
shots?
Yeah, because Connor's not going to like this too. I'll eliminate Far Cry 6, but Far Cry 6 is the exact same problem that Guardians of the Galaxy does, where it is just it has a lot of cool licensed soundtracks, which is cool, but it's not nearly as good as regular music. You know what I mean? I think Far Cry 6
I wasn't going to make a big argument for Guardians.
Okay, good. I remember talking about earlier this year that you really liked.
I like the licensed music. I certainly like that licensed music more than I like any other music in any game, just because it's just like I would actually listen to that music. But
yeah, so I will eliminate Far Cry 6, but I think that
The
It is.
the band that they do, what's it called? Is it Star Lord the band or something?
Yeah, the
Oh yeah,
band,
that's original
yeah.
music.
That's an
Even
original
sounds
music.
great.
No,
And to be fair,
no.
that first song you listen to is Jam.
Guardians has original music. I'm just saying that the
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like for its backbone is
license.
that licensed music. But I remember when I was sat in his room as a kid, you get the I think it's like a tape player, and you get the paperwork out, don't you?
Yeah,
And you can read the lyrics, and I was like, "This is the sick."
I'll eliminate Nier. I think it's very good music, but
I mean, that's won
people
so
love
many
sound
awards,
design
hasn't
in
it?
that game.
what's up?
Don't people love the sound design in that game or something? Or is
It's
it
more about the music. It's more
Say,
about the
okay.
music, but I mean, I would keep it top 5, but that's up to I'm the only one that really played it, but I don't know if I could push that hard for it.
Yeah, I'd say get it off.
Okay. I want to ask you, Connor. What about Life is Strange?
Mm.
Where do you think that is?
That game has fantastic music.
Why is there
Man,
Village
them
twice?
moments where like you get the option to chill.
The moments
was
where you
just
sit there and chill and listen to the music. Yeah.
I wasn't trying to take it off. I was just asking about it.
No, just saying, like, they would, like, it how can I put it this way? Like, if you're, like, an emotional person, and this story was hitting you, like, treating you like shit, like, gut punch after gut punch after gut punch, and then there was always that option to you just go and sit at, you sit on your roof or whatever, or you sit at the campfire, and you just listen to this nice, relaxing tune that they play for you. Like, it just, I really enjoyed that. Like, it was nice. There were nice little options to just take a break from it all.
It also, those
So-
moments make you focus on the music more than any other moment in other games, because majority of the time you're doing stuff like gameplay wise.
Great visuals to the music.
The music's very emotional.
It's
Yeah,
the game so well, you know.
definitely.
I think I was at episode 1 where you just get to look on the bridge and you see the waterfall, and yeah, it's great, really good.
So, what I'm looking at here, are we eliminating Village and Guardians? Is that the 2 to take off?
Village has fantastic sound design.
I know it does. Its sound design is very
Like,
strong.
Capcom, they can't be touched on that end.
No, because the only one that even competes, I think, in terms of sound design is either like Forza or Halo, and I still think Village is better.
Yeah, I would keep Village. I think Village
I
has to
think
be in
they'll
top
keep
five.
it. Okay, so is Guardians gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then up to you with Artful Escape, really.
I think it has a really fun soundtrack. Really good music. I mean, that's mostly what that game is. I don't think it's the best this year, but I think it's very strong. I think it's a top 5 worthy. So are we eliminating Forza then? Is that the one we eliminate? Or is it Halo? It feels like those are the 2 then.
We've not
So
spoken about
eliminate.
Death's Door.
We haven't. I've been waiting. Are we speaking about Death's Door now?
Yeah, let's talk
Talk
about it.
about that story.
Best music this year?
He's not wrong.
My favorite soundtrack this year.
Yeah,
Death's Door.
me too. Sorry, Connor.
I don't have enough to say. It sounds like we have a winner then.
Let's get to it.
Okay.
We got to eliminate one more.
I
Is
think
it Halo?
Forza, we can get rid of Forza. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, the amount of effort they put into it is, like, you got to think
Also
about,
Halo, like the sound design on the guns and stuff.
you got to think about the
Yes.
amount of effort they've gone into, like, they must have recorded, like, every car they had.
So
Like,
good.
Special studio, special audio equipment. Like, yeah, man.
All right. Let's we got to eliminate 3 more now.
I mean, can the Artful
I was
Escape, though?
I was just gonna say that. I'll take Artful Escape. It's really good. I think it's a worthy soundtrack to listen to, but I don't know if it's the best.
I think it's down to Death's Door and Halo.
If I'm
Because
gonna
when
pick a
you
top
put that
2,
game on Halo and that start menu starts off, but it's like,
That's very good.
I would personally go.
So good.
mine's Life is Strange and Death's Door are my top 2.
Honestly, I would go Halo and Village.
So it sounds like Halo's a top 2 and Death's Door.
Yeah.
Right? Because I only said Strange and you only said Village. So
Yeah,
is
we
that
all
the
said
2 to
Halo.
kick off?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to Life is Strange and sorry to Village. So now we have to pick a winner. But I think we already have one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Death Star. No argument of Halo. I'll say the weapon sounds are fucking amazing.
So
And
good.
the classic Halo music is also
Yeah.
great.
But that's
Original.
building. That is building off of, other music. But it does have very good original music for the game. But our winner, Death Star. Yay! Shout out to Death Star. Not getting enough love this year, except for us.
Daniel, I was talking to Connor. We're gonna have to do it in two sittings.
Okay, that's
So
why I wanted
we'll
to
stop
do as
after
much as
art
you want.
Stop after art direction. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Sorry,
No, that's why I wanted to do this. Like it. All right, next category.
because we're 2 hours in.
Next category, best indie game. And your nominees are
Sponsored by.
Doritos.
Yes.
I'm a Rockstar.
Get the. Oh, he's got a Rockstar.
Oh, he got one.
I do have one there.
Rate
Which one's
it,
this?
rate it.
Exturance.
Jesus.
Yeah, what does it taste like?
It tastes like pure gasoline. Give that one give that one a 6.9.
That's a really good rating for pure gasoline.
Pure gasoline. Gasoline's great.
Oh, okay.
All right, your nominees for best indie. All right, Death's Door, The Artful Escape, Before Your Eyes. How do you pronounce this one, Daniel?
Oliha.
Oliha. Little Nightmares 2, 12 Minutes, The Forgotten City, Lake, Kana, Bridge of Spirits, Fights in Tight Spaces, Curse of the Dead Gods, The Pedestrian, and Loop Hero.
Very good
Lake,
for indies.
Lake's
Really good
on Games
category.
Pass.
Yeah, it is on Game Pass now. Yeah, go play that. I guess
You can take off The Pedestrian. I like that game.
you want to say anything else about it?
It was a cool 2D puzzle platformer.
That was like February,
cool
right?
Beginning
That
of the
was
year.
January.
Yeah.
That was like the first game I played.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just if you like puzzles, go ahead, check it out. Cool art style. You like where the little bathroom man symbol. You jumped on a bunch of street signs and stuff. It was cool.
I'll eliminate one as well. If you want to play, I'm going to eliminate Curse of the Dead Gods. If you want to play a Hades-like game, it's very good. It's not as good as Hades in pretty much every aspect, but it's really fun. It's a really fun game. I played that early in the year too.
Okay, now I'm gonna fire a shot early here.
Yeah.
12 minutes is a bad game.
I don't know if it's bad.
That
but
one,
it's-
I'm more down on it over time. Although it did really have me for like 4 hours the day it came out, where I was like super into it. Like
Yeah.
the mystery kind of had me. So I will give it that. But that ending is trash. Honestly, the overall story is pretty bad. Having to redo things over and over again was annoying.
the best part's the performances.
Yeah. And when the best
I'm-
part of your game is Willem Dafoe, I gotta knock it off.
I'm fine with it going off. Sims, you can make more of an argument when it comes to Game of the Year to put it in the top 10. Say something.
Willem Dafoe, a bad motherfucker this year.
Yeah, he is.
Baddest man
He is
on the
one a year.
planet. 2021.
Yeah, he is. All right, we'll take it off.
Yeah, I'm
He's
sure
a-
12 minutes is his crowning achievement of this year too.
I'm gonna take off.
I like
Go
12
ahead.
minutes.
I know. I'm
Wanna
going
make
to
an argument?
remove.
Sway us.
No, fuck you.
No.
I'm gonna
How
remove
about that?
Oliha.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove Oliha. It was a really fun 2D action game. I really liked it. It was early in the year too. It was around when I played Hitman. It's really fun. I just think that there are better games here.
I should have done this one first. I'm gonna vote to eliminate Kana Bridge of Spirits.
Yeah, really good first effort for that studio. Their very first game, right? Like that's awesome that this is their very first game, and the look of this game. I think the gameplay is better than some people try to say it is. It's not the most original game, but it's still, I think I had a lot of fun with it. But I'm good with it going off.
Boring.
Yeah, I did not like that game one bit.
Boring.
I'll get rid of Fights in Tight Spaces. Again, I really like that game, but I don't think I can argue it more than some of these others here.
Sims, do you have baby goldfish?
I just random, man.
Hey, baby goldfish are better than regular goldfish.
I didn't know there was regular goldfish. I thought these were the. They just say
Does it
goldfish,
not
don't
say baby on there?
Oh,
Oh, that's crazy. Maybe they are regular, and your
They are
package
regular.
is blue.
His package is definitely different. Ours is
It's
orange.
just blue. Yeah, ours is orange. That's weird. That's weird.
these are original flavor
How
though.
you feeling about Lake, Daniel?
I was just gonna say I really like Lake. It is a very fun, serene experience. Like if you're just looking for a game to zone out and just kind of relax, I think Lake is a very good choice. But it's not as good as some of the other games here.
Big year for you and Goldfish, huh? Since
Yeah, man.
I believe it was your first time having them this year. Shout out to Goldfish.
I had to find it for because let me tell you, I had to look.
Game of the year, Goldfish. Okay. What do we
I
got
guess
left?
Loop Hero would probably be the last one, right?
I really like Loop Hero. Like I was oddly
Are you
like
gonna
into
push-
it.
Are you pushing for that more than anything? Is there something you want to eliminate then before Loop Hero?
I mean, I can't because like you guys are so big on Forgotten City. Little Nightmares 2.
I think we could eliminate Little Nightmares 2 before it. If
I don't
both you
know.
and Sims like Loop Hero.
I do, but I think I like Little Nightmares 2 more.
I'm willing to let you take Loop Hero off the list. But remember this: an elephant never forgets.
You're right.
How's that possible?
That's a childish game being online. I'll eliminate Loop Hero.
Appreciate
Is
you.
Childish Gambino the guy?
It's Donald Glover.
Why is his name Childish Gambino?
That's his hip hop name. I'm not sure.
I do agree. It is a bad name.
I think it's fine. We got our top 5.
Did you know Danny Glover's in Spider-Man?
He plays
first one, yeah.
the fucking uncle to Miles.
Never knew that.
We don't know if it's the Miles. He does say Miles, but we got our top 5.
You're really bad at this. You're a bad guy.
And your
You
top
really
5 are best indie.
Fix
That's
this.
Star, The Artful Escape, Before Your Eyes, Little Nightmares 2, and The Forgotten City.
Well, I will go ahead and straight eliminate Little Nightmares 2. I mean, that was a question already, but I really like that game. That game definitely got slept on this year. Really cool game.
You just get ahead and eliminate The Artful Escape.
I was just going to say that was next. And now
Okay,
this is...
So I am very clearly going to argue for The Forgotten City here.
We're in a grudge match here, I think. I'm going to argue for...
Really going to
Forgotten
argue
City
for
to
The
be
Forgotten
cut
City here.
next. We're in a... personally, I think that it is very good. I think all 3 of these games are very good. It depends on what we want this category to ultimately be, right? Do you want it to just award just a small game, right? Or I don't know. What are you feeling, Connor?
I mean, I just think The Forgotten City is one of the best experiences of this year. I can't. This is the thing we're running into this whole episode. I can't talk about these other 2 that much. I can talk about my experience with Death's Door, and it definitely didn't keep me for, to play through the entire thing. But you 2 love Death's Door.
Sims?
So I think it kind of comes down to Sims.
What do you got? What do you got to say?
I mean, for me, it's Death's Door because this game's got snubbed on so many levels by so many places, which is disgusting. Disgusting.
Yeah.
So the
my
best.
number 1 is Before Your Eyes.
Oh, he's
I
on
was
fucking
Death's Door.
drugs. He's on fucking drugs.
My
I'm
number
telling
2.
you. Listen,
So,
if I'm going to play this
with-
game tonight, if I play this game tonight and I do not feel the same connection as you do, I will fly. And I will take that chair, so you have to do all the podcast standing up.
He will fly himself. He'll just hop out his window and start flying. All right.
we have to eliminate one.
I'm gonna say, I think Daniel, you love Forgotten City. I love Forgotten
do.
City. You 2 both love Death's Door. There's only one person here that loves Before Your Eyes. Logic.
Sponsored
It is by about-
Connor.
Sponsored by Connor.
I mean, it's about the 3 of us. I mean,
What do we do then? Are we going to have to fight to the death? We should have had
No,
a game
I'll-
loaded up or something.
I'll eliminate it again. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I know that that's what it's going to come down to.
If I play it, I'm going to play it tonight, and then we'll just redo this next week.
No, we are here doing it right now.
Too late.
So now we got to go for best. What is the best? Here. I mean, my number one's gone, so it's Death's Door now.
Right, Connor, I'll arm wrestle you.
For it, I mean,
Yeah,
I
let's
think
do it.
both of you are picking Death's Door, so that's fine. You can take that's fine. Death's Door would be number one. That's cool. I think Forgotten
Okay.
City's better, but
Best
take
indie goes to
pick
What?
the Bird Souls game, guys.
Death's Door.
That's fine.
You
That's
are
fine.
wrong, Connor. You drink that gasoline.
I will chug my gasoline.
It's the fact that when he
Right.
drinks it, he sounds like he's in pain after. Like, that is not a
Doesn't
good thing.
Burning my lungs right now.
Next category.
Best.
Just note that
direction.
we voted a Souls game our number one best indie. Remember that.
We're different people now.
It's not a
Hold
Souls
on,
game.
we are.
It's
We
a
all
Zelda
love.
game.
If 2021 has taught us all anything, it's that we all love Souls games.
It's a Zelda game. Okay.
It's more of a Souls
Next
game.
category. Next category.
Best art direction. Your nominees are. Can we get like Denzel Washington for this one or something? That'd be cool. Your nominees are Psychonauts 2, Deathloop, Returnal, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Little Nightmares 2, It Takes Two, Resident Evil Village, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, The Artful Escape. Oh man, there's more. Life is Strange. True
I
Colors,
said that as well.
Kena Bridge of Spirits, Forza Horizon 5, Returnal, Halo Infinite, The Medium. What's this one? Maquette, Guilty Gear Strive, and Tales of Arise. I like how Tales of Arise is always the last one. It's like because you
It's because it was the last one I put in.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's always and Tales of Arise. All right. Okay, we can eliminate a lot here. You can eliminate Tales, right?
I'm gonna eliminate Maquette. Not yet. Definitely eliminate Maquette. That's that cool little indie game where you like, it's all about perspective and stuff. I think that was a really cool game. I'll eliminate the Medium next. I think the Medium, the best part was its art direction, but I didn't hate it as much as some other people. But
Yeah, I was just listening to Maddie Plays and his top 10 on the Duke, and they did top 5 worst too. You just shat all over this game for like
Yeah.
5 minutes. Yeah. Okay. I think you can eliminate Life is Strange True Colors.
Sorry, what did he shit all over?
What were we talking? The Medium.
the Medium,
Really?
sure. I like Life is Strange 2 Colors. I do think it has really good art direction, but I'll be okay with it.
It would have looked better if it didn't run at 30.
I will eliminate It Takes Two.
Sure. Very cool
Oh.
looking.
Yeah, and it has a lot of unique designs. I just don't know if it's
It has some really good moments with art direction, like
Mhm.
with the
Mhm.
clock, and then being outside as well.
I love the snowy level. I think that was a really
Yeah.
standout area was the snow. But I think I'll be okay with eliminating it. Returnal's
This one's
on here
hard.
twice.
A
Returnal's
lot of
on here
these-
twice. It is really difficult.
I would say
I'll eliminate Guilty Gear Strive. I think it's very strong,
man, this
especially
is
in
hard. A lot of these look
especially
weird.
in motion. Yeah, I think Guilty Gear's good.
How you feel about Little Nightmares?
That's the best part of the game. Is its art direction. I think it looks so good.
I would say eliminate Guardians. Great characters, especially.
Ooh, I think its art direction is top 5.
Really?
Yeah. Those alien
eliminate
worlds look so good. I'll eliminate Tales of Arise, I know. The one I will say to eliminate, we'll see if everybody agrees, is Halo Infinite. Looks good. Don't know if it's top 5 worthy. for
Sure.
art direction.
Yeah, I don't even think it's top 5 in like what it's going for, like a realistic looking FPS.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Halo Infinite. Okay.
I would still say Guardians. I don't know how you guys feel about Metroid.
We can eliminate Metroid. Looks good. Doesn't look as good as it could because of the limitations of the Switch. I think.
That's the problem with it. Yeah.
But I do think it has very good art direction. I just think the Switch kind of holds that game back. a little
Holds
bit.
it back because it could look Ori levels of good.
Yeah, Yeah, it could look unreal, but it's,
That's the only thing I think about. When I play that game, I sit there and think about it all the time. It's like this game could look so much better.
That sucks to even say that.
It does suck to say that because it is such a good game. I'm having such a good time with it.
All
All I can think about right now is that.
Yeah, I'll eliminate Little Nightmares 2. I think it looks really good. I think there are some stronger contenders though.
I would say if we're not doing Guardians, I would say Returnal next.
I agree.
Returnal looks great, but
got a really cool sci-fi look.
yeah,
I don't know if it's the most original sci-fi
very
look though.
unique. I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely looked like fucking Prometheus.
Definitely, it's a very aliens-looking world.
I mean,
Artful Escape. I
it's
guess
a battle
next.
between style and graphics now.
It is. I think the Artful Escape can go.
Okay.
It's its best quality, probably, other than it has really good soundtrack. But I don't know if it stands up to some of these other games. Personally,
I would say Deathloop next. I don't know. Sims,
I agree.
but very cool style in Deathloop. I love like all the words popping up and stuff. That 70s look was awesome.
You
but-
know what I'm gonna just argue with you, Connor? Is my argument to take it off is that it has that 60s style. Not every area in that world even sticks to it. There's that like science world that just doesn't have that vibe.
Yeah.
Like not every place sticks to it, so it just kind of loses it a little bit. All right, we got to eliminate one more for the top 5.
I would still say Guardians.
My number 1 and number 2, I'll just say it, is Ratchet and Clank and Forza.
Really? I would go Kano over Ratchet.
I think Ratchet
Kano was
has
going
a higher...
for the same theme, but almost looked better.
I don't think so. I think
Kano's fucking impressive, man.
Kane is my number 3.
That
Kane is
game
number...
looks like a fucking Pixar movie.
Kane is number 3 for me. We can eliminate Guardians. I think that's a tough one because I think its art direction is great.
Yeah, I mean the planets look cool and stuff, but
Very colorful.
The character models are great too. But yeah, I would say
All right.
eliminate.
Got our top 5. Would you like to read them?
And your top 5 for best art direction: Psychonauts 2, Resident Evil Village, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Kena Bridge of Spirits, and Forza Horizon 5. Bum, bum, bum. I would say take off
Is Village next?
Village. Yeah, Village is next.
I think it looks
Great
great.
graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one I was thinking of when we were arguing Halo Infinite. Is that Village is a better looking first person game?
Definitely. That RE engine is amazing.
It really is.
Because like even DMC DMC 5 was in the RE engine.
Yeah, Devil May Cry was amazing to look at. That RE engine is ridiculous.
It's one of the best engines we have right now.
What's the Kojima engine?
He used the Decima engine, which is the Horizon engine.
It's really good.
I think the next one for me would be Psychonauts 2 to get rid of, even though I love it to death.
I thought that would win.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. No, it has a really cool art style, but
It's very good. Honestly, I think all 4 of these
obviously
could
it's in the
easily
top
win
4,
this.
so.
All 4 of these right here, even the top 5, any of those 5 could win this category. We good to eliminate Psychonauts 2?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I would say Ratchet next, personally. Well, no, actually, I might go Forza just because I don't know.
Forza is my number 1, I think.
Yeah,
Really?
Forza's
Yeah.
outstanding.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go then.
I think Connor.
And the reason why I think Forza is the best looking video game I have ever seen. Hands
I
down.
agree in terms of realism, but then
Yeah.
adding in how good the style
Just
of
think
Kano
on it, like,
was, and
no,
then
no,
the graphics themselves.
like no disrespect to like your TV, but like if you played that, if you had like a top end TV, you would understand.
This is 4K. I mean, it's not top end, sure,
Yeah.
but
Like the
We can
OLED
eliminate
and the colors and
that
stuff.
fire's in 4K right there, but
Is it? Sorry, sorry.
it's 4K.
We can
fire.
eliminate Ratchet. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
It sucks.
I think
I think Kana should have been eliminated, but that's okay. Now we got to pick a winner though.
I wasn't that impressed with Kena. Like Maybe I just wasn't looking. I was just so bored.
Maybe it's too
cutscenes
high
were
in my
great.
head, but that was
They did. Yeah,
that was the thing that stuck out to me in that game. Is
The
like,
cutscenes, yeah. Very
yeah,
good.
that really wowed me how good that game looked.
I don't see how Forza isn't the winner, personally. I
No,
think it's
me
the best
neither.
looking video game I've ever seen, period.
Stunning.
And I said that when we saw the reveal in like E3. Like, I remember seeing that game and they had the pan of like it was like the river in the mountain, and then the car drove by, and then you realize that was in engine, and then they panned in the perspective of the car. Like, I remember that trailer was amazing, and this game just looks beautiful.
Yeah, we can pick Forza. That game looks incredible.
You good with pick
Yeah,
Forza?
cool.
Okay. And our winner for best art direction, Forza. Shout out to a car game winning it. Best art direction.
Continuing on then with our game of the year, we will now move on
We
to
changed
our
shirts.
collective
We changed
game of the year.
shirts.
Yeah, quick wardrobe change throughout the episode.
Yeah, we got a
That's good.
sweat.
Also, thank you to our musical guests Sting and Rihanna. It was a lovely performance.
Yeah. Shout out to my girl Rihanna.
What did they like? Did they like collaborate, or was they
That
separate?
thing where they did like a rap song, but like
They
someone
sang
plays
each
guitar
other's
in the
songs.
middle.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So Sting was doing Umbrella. What was Rihanna doing?
Exactly. So she was doing
she was holding
some
a,
police song. I don't remember what it was.
Was it Every
Yeah.
Breath You Take?
Every Breath You Take. Yeah. 100%.
I actually don't know any Sting songs, so
The
I
Police
couldn't
are
tell you,
great.
but
One
whatever.
of the great bands.
That one. Where's that? Every babe, this time you say. That one.
That's
Don't
pretty
ever
good.
do that again. All right,
Yeah.
moving on.
That's how he sounds.
Close,
Guys,
close.
My daughter wants me.
We are all gonna have to make a top 10 list for the
Yeah.
games of the year. Now we're gonna do
You
this
wanna-
collectively.
Do you want to
I'm
read
not
this
gonna
list?
argue. We're all friends here.
100%.
I will read the whole list.
Okay.
Except us and Sims. Fuck him. Fuck UK. Daniel, let's gain up on him.
Jesus. Jesus. Okay, sure.
Your nominees for Game of the Year are Death Store, Life is Strange: True Colors, Psychonauts 2, Deathloop, Hitman 3, Before Your Eyes, Metroid Dread, 12 Minutes, It Takes Two, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, The Forgotten City, Lost Judgment, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Resident Evil Village, Forza Horizon 5, Kena, Bridge of Spirits, Ruin King, Far Cry 6, Returnal, Halo Infinite, The Artful Escape, Little Nightmares 2, Near Replicant, Lake, The Dark Pictures Anthology, House of Ashes, Fights in Tight Spaces, Back for Blood, Guilty Gear Strive. I think I said House of Asses by accident, but whatever.
Close enough. And
What a
then
game
Tales
that
of
would
Arise.
be, you know?
And then Tales of Arise, which
What
is-
were you
happens
watching
to
last
be-
night, Connor?
Don't forget Tales of Arise,
Watching
okay?
a different Ashley Tisdale movie.
Oh no.
Okay. So I suppose let's just knock off the easy ones first. The ones
Yeah,
that we
so
can just guarantee.
I'm just gonna
aren't
quickly knock
be in the
Lake.
top 10.
Lake
And then
out.
also, here's what I'm going to suggest. Let's all pick one that has to be at least in the top 10.
Do you want to start with that though?
No, we can do that after we knock off
Okay.
the easy ones.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna knock Lake off. I think Lake's a nice little game. It's not. It definitely has technical issues. It is a nice little serene little indie game.
Sure.
But I don't think it's probably the worst game here on this list.
Is it though? I mean,
100%. It is the worst video game on this list.
I
Easy.
mean, I'm trying
and
to-
that is coming from me liking Lake. Like I'm the one that probably likes it the most here. But-
you're the only one who's played it. I mean,
Yeah.
Resident Evil's on there.
Yeah, Lake is not even close.
I reckon if I played Lake, I'd like it more than Resident
It's
Evil.
very. I think you might like it because it is a very serene and relaxing video game.
There is
You
plans
really
to
want to
play
knock
video
off
games.
Resident Evil?
I think
He
it's the
doesn't
worst
like
thing this year.
8. No, he doesn't like
Really?
Resident Evil 8,
The
which is honestly
biggest
kinda
letdown of the year.
crazy. It's kind of crazy. You don't like it. I like Village, but not.
Yeah, I recognize it's not the best Resident Evil game, but I think
Yeah.
Village deserves to be.
The thing that baffles me as well is people think it's the best Resident Evil game.
Yeah, looking at other people's lists, it is
Strokes different
absurd how high this game is. Like it baffles me.
Um,
And I like the game. Yeah, anything gets.
I say we knock off Kano.
I really like the game.
I mean, if you want to leave it,
Nothing
Um,
against the game. I just, I didn't enjoy it. I know Sims didn't really like it that much.
Yeah,
feel
I would
like
be
it's
the
not
only
gonna
one.
make the top 10.
I think it was
I
a
would be the
visual
only one that-
masterpiece. I just think it was boring. Like it was like I think they put so much effort into the visuals, and then they've never really made a game before, so I think they just looked at their gaming tropes, and then thought, "Oh, this will do," and I think for me, it's just every game I've ever played, which then made it a boring game.
I don't agree with that, but I will be okay with getting.
If you don't want to knock it off, Dayton, do you think it's going to make the top 10 though? I just want to knock off stuff that make the top 10 now. Yeah.
I don't think it's
like
top 10 worthy. So. Definitely, I don't think it's top 10 worthy, but yeah, I would be the only one fighting for it.
How you guys feeling about 12 minutes?
Sims likes it more than we do. I think that there's a lot to get from that game. I don't think it's top 10 worthy.
I will make a sacrifice. Daniel made sacrifices. I will make sacrifices. I am a grown, mature ass man.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
Getting rid of it?
I disagree.
Are we cutting it?
We are cutting it. I allow it.
That could be your one, Sims. Oh, it's already gone. Too late.
No, he said to cut it. He said to cut it.
Oh god.
I'll cut another one. I'll cut Fights in Tight Spaces. I think it's a really cool game. I like the roguelite genre, and it's very cool to have a card game, but also be like a John Wick style fighting game. It's got a very cool visual style. It's a very cool game, but I think that there are better games here. I will also cut Guilty Gear Strive. Very good fighting game, but I don't think I can argue for it to be a top 10.
How are we feeling about Back 4 Blood then?
I really like Back 4 Blood.
Played a little bit more of it. I mean, it's fun. It controls well.
Yeah, it feels.
I wouldn't have it in my personal top 10, but if you guys feel overall, I'm fine with that.
No, it's very low on my top list.
Sure.
I'd be okay with
any
it.
argument for Back 4 Blood.
I mean, I played it for like 5 minutes on a PC, so okay. I've got nothing to say. I mean, like the only thing I have said, and the only thing I have said is, no one talks about it anymore.
Nah, yeah, it really doesn't. Their player count dropped too.
Mm-hmm. It sold very well in that first month, and it was on Game Pass.
It's always on sale as well. Like everywhere I go, you can pick it up for like £20-25. But that's the part of the Games Pass,
weird, isn't it? It's like, you really, some people really don't like want stuff to come back. Like we all want stuff to come back, but it's like sometimes it just doesn't work.
Definitely.
I don't think it doesn't. I don't think it hasn't worked. I just think it's.
I mean, we get so many games like that now as well.
But like, it wasn't like this was like, this is it. This is the next Left 4 Dead.
The spiritual sequel.
Yeah. But then it just, no one plays it now.
Mm-hmm. I will cut Nier Replicant. I really like Nier Replicant. It's not as good as Automata for me, but it also is just like a updated version of the original Nier. So I don't know if it really should count too much, but I'd be fine with cutting it. I didn't see this game here. I'll cut Ruined King. I just like Tales of Arise better, even though I really like Ruined King. I think it's a very cool game. I'm getting more into the League universe.
Next year, play League.
Maybe. I mean, what interested me was like the mobile version, the Wild Rift or whatever. Like that sounds interesting. Playing on like iPad or something.
Little Nightmares 2, Daniel? Top 10 worthy?
Yeah, probably not. I think that game is very underrated and overlooked. Honestly, both games are very...
When did that come out, though? March, right? Something like that?
Yeah, it was
February. It was beginning. It was before Natalie's birthday. It was before Natalie's birthday.
That one really, I haven't heard anyone talk about that through like all these Game of the Year podcasts and stuff. So yeah, that one really did get like lost in the shuffle there.
I mean, the first game did as well, and it's kind of sad because I think they're really cool games.
People talk about them though, like over time.
They're very good. I mean, they're very.
You always hear about them.
I think is it Nanobiologist? He tweeted the other day that this is like one of his games of the years. Sure,
I could definitely see that. I forget exactly where it is on my list. I'll have to look at that after this, but I like it a lot. I'm gonna take shots because I know how Connor feels about this game. House of Ashes, is that a top 10 worthy game? Me and you both like this game a lot. Is it better than some of these other video games?
I mean, it's like literally my number 10. Well, spoilers for my list, but like
Okay.
so I'm totally fine if you want to take it off. If it's not 10 top.
I mean,
10
Sims
was-
hasn't even played it, right? You haven't played any of the Dark Pictures, right?
No, it's something that I don't know. Maybe when the next one comes out, play them all in a row.
Did you play any of the other two?
No, only on Tour.
So you'll be playing all 4.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
play the whole
that'd be
season.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be a nice little thing to do for like a couple weeks there.
Yeah, 100%.
So you want to cut it, or are you going to fight for it for long?
No, I have really no argument for it to be in the top 10.
Okay. I will guess I will have to cut Tales of Arise because I haven't beat it. I don't know if I can fight for it to be much higher than this.
How many we
Um,
got here? 1, 2, 3.
I'll get rid of Tales of Arise. I think it's very good.
Okay, we have 18 games left.
Okay. I mean, the 2 that I'm looking at
Cut
to
out
cut.
8.
Yeah, actually, I should say the 3 that I'm looking at to cut next are Far Cry 6, Returnal, and The Artful Escape.
I'd be fine with cutting all 3 of those, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Shout out to Returnal because that part sounds fucking awesome. I thought about that the other day. I was like, wait,
I know.
that
I
sounds
was
really fucking-
listening to
Isn't
another
that cool?
podcast. Yeah, it does
That is
sound really
so-
cool.
Yeah, it's our best moment of the year. It's really awesome.
That could be like a good short film or something.
Yeah,
Real
like
deep.
I said, I think Returnal.
It's
had-
almost a shame. Like it's funny. We were talking about this earlier in the year that we don't want PlayStation to continue just making the same games over, no, same type of games over and over again. But like, if Returnal was just a straight up single player heavy narrative experience with that type of story to it, it would have been better.
No, for me, they had the right idea. They just need to improve it. For me, I just think the roguelite elements are just not
Like you
very
carry your
good.
stuff over. I've been playing Hades a little bit, by the way, and
Yeah, Hades
yeah,
just
I
eats
wish
lunch.
it should have been more like that. With
Yeah,
I don't know, every roguelike should just do that.
I mean, at this point, you have no choice. Like,
Yeah.
you're just not going to hit. Like, you need. I know you can't just have every game be like Hades, but that's rough. It's a rough bar.
No, just let
Um,
me carry my shit over. Like,
Yeah.
no one wants to do that. Like, I feel like no one wants to repeat the same thing over and over again without any type of progress.
What are we gonna cut next?
We just cut 3, right? So what? 15
I just
left.
cut
Got
3.
5 games. Okay.
The 2 that pop out to me,
That's where it gets tough, right?
maybe Lost Judgment, and maybe Resident Evil Village. I do really like both those games, but especially Lost Judgment. I don't know if I can argue it to be in the top 10. I don't really think it's.
Yeah, there's a few games I've put over Village, but I'm assuming you two will make bigger arguments for them.
Where's-
So I'm fine with cutting it.
I'm gonna scroll and see where Lost Judgment. So Lost Judgment is not in my top 10, so I'd be the only one to try to fit it in. So I'll be okay with getting rid of Lost Judgment.
All right, let's cut that then.
Village. So what do you're going to be the one to fight it the most to be in the top 10?
Yeah,
Would you
I'd
like to
argue it should
get
be
your
at least
case?
in the top 10. Yeah, it was a great game. I mean, I know Sims didn't enjoy it, but man, that opening was awesome. The whole castle segment was really fun. Right back to the Resident Evil 2 days.
Mm-hmm. The
The
Dollhouse
open
is
world
great.
segment was really fun. Dollhouse was awesome.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
like-
just
I like-
that last like third of the game that sucks.
I like the central hub. That was really cool to keep going back to the town.
Yeah.
And every
I thought a lot of that
area,
game was really awesome. Yeah,
yeah, every area
Design,
being interconnected.
It looks fucking amazing.
Very paced very well.
Yeah.
I think even with the bad, I still really like the Chris segment at the end personally, but I think leading up to the Chris segment I didn't like as much. But it had a very good pace all the way through. What are you feeling, Sims? Did you see anything that you think should be cut?
It's tough, innit? I don't like Village. Like, I think Connor just hit the nail on the head. Like, that ending just put such a sour taste in my mouth. Like, the first bit was alright. I think it was just the fact that, like, the whole game was, like, pretty much marketed on this big lady. And that, obviously they took advantage of, like, oh, everyone saw the big lady, everyone's horny for the big lady. So let's make this big lady this, like, let's market it around this big lady. Let's put a big lady in all the adverts. So in my head, that was the big bad. And then, but what? A quarter into the game, she's gone. Never heard of her again, and we never talk about her again.
To be fair to Capcom, that was like the first third of the game, and they only wanted to market the first third of the game. Like, they don't want to market every bit of the game.
Of course not.
Like,
no,
that makes sense. Like, let's pick our first person you're going to fight, really, and let's market around that. That's really cool, and I think they did a good job. I don't think they knew that she was going to blow up like she did. So, I don't think you could really blame Capcom on that. They made the game, and then they tried to market it. I'd be fine to cut it, because I don't think Village is in my top 10. Yeah, Village is pretty low for me.
Yeah, I'd be fine to cut it, though.
Okay.
What we got left?
Oh, this is where it's just going to get brutal now. Let me look at my list here. Okay, well, the next two that are low for me would be Forza and Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet got to be in there.
Yeah, Ratchet's higher than Forza for me, but it's not my top 10.
Yeah, I would say cut Forza. Great game, but I don't think any of us got like super into it.
I mean, I really love that game, but sure, we can cut it.
Well, games.
Yeah, we got to cut something.
All right, let's cut two more here.
All right, so I guess we could maybe start locking things, right? Death Store.
Lock.
I think that's a lock. Life is Strange.
That's
Take it. I could take it or leave it.
I think that's a solid lock there.
Okay.
Psychonauts 2.
That's a lock.
I think that's a lock there. Deathloop.
That's a lock.
I'd be fine with getting rid of Deathloop.
Deathloop is my. I don't want to spoil it.
No spoilers. I've been looking forward to this all day. You're on drugs, Connor. Let me just say that. Pure cocaine drugs.
It's just that, like, I know you two are going to make such a big argument for Before Your Eyes and Death Store. So I know I'm not getting rid of those. Would be my next two to get rid of. But I know you two won't let that happen. So my argument to let go of not Death Store, Deathloop.
Yeah, my argument with even like taking, I know this, we don't want to take too much out of away from Deathloop, but like this isn't even Arcane's best video game. Like both Dishonored games are better than this game. So
disagree.
I think they're far in a way better. But I do like Deathloop. Deathloop is I think cuttable. It's not a lock yet, so I think we have 3 locked. Hitman 3.
I could cut Hitman 3.
But that's because we didn't play it.
Yeah, I'm the only one that would fight.
So you played it, yeah, I didn't play it.
Hitman 3 is very high on my list, but if it's me that would have to argue for it to be in the top 10.
Yeah, I like that level a whole lot, but didn't grab me quite as much as a lot of the other games on the list. So yeah, I'd be able to cut it.
So then what I'm hearing, for me, the 2 lowest out of this list here, on mine, are Ratchet and Clank and Metroid Dread. So
Ratchet's super high on my list. I'm not letting go of Ratchet. I think Ratchet has to be in the top 10.
What about Metroid Dread, Sims? Would you want to make an argument for it to be in the top 10, even though it's not in my top 10? I'll just say that.
Hold on.
That's how good of a year this year is.
I'm rearranging my list.
Do you have an argument for it to be in the top 10?
I do, but I mean, like, look at the competition. Let's look at this competition. We've got what? Death's Door. We've got Life is Strange. Psychonauts, definitely Hitman. I can't say.
So I'll let you think about Dread for a second. Connor, pick between Deathloop, Hitman 3.
Which one should go?
Yeah.
Hitman 3.
Okay. I hate that I'm cutting Hitman 3.
Oh no, ask me. No, I'm gonna fit. I don't know.
It's
hard because I'd like to have an argument for Hitman 3, but I've not played it. Connor's saying, oh yeah, he's played it. So
See, what I'm gonna make an argument is Deathloop is very low on like, it's not nearly as high as Hitman on my list. But if I'm the only one that's gonna fight for Hitman, I'm not going to force it.
Yeah, I had a great experience with Deathloop. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's gonna make it high in this top 10 list, but I think it should be in there.
Okay. Sorry, Hitman 3. That hurts so much. That hurts so
4,
much.
6, 8, 10.
I hate not seeing Hitman.
Is this the top 10 though? We do it?
No, we got
I think
one
there's
more.
One more.
So right,
One more.
you two love the Forgotten City, right?
I do.
Yeah.
You love Halo. You love Guardians. I mean,
There are 2 games in here that aren't even in my top 10. So I would be fine with cutting either one of them.
Okay.
Dread.
I won't argue against Death's Door or Before Your Eyes. So no, you two weren't in there. So the next game I'm gonna suggest to take out is It Takes Two.
I'd rather lose Metroid Dread.
I'd rather lose Metroid Dread.
I'd lose Metroid Dread. Yeah.
That's fine with me.
That's why
Metroid Dread is also another game I haven't played. So
Yeah, that's why I was trying to get rid of either that. For me, it's either Metroid Dread or Ratchet. So I guess that's what we're taking away. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Metroid Dread?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry to Metroid Dread.
Oh, I'm sorry to Metroid Dread. I've let it down.
There's our top 10. Now we need to
Arrange it.
rearrange here. For me, the lowest 2 here, I'm just going to keep saying it, is Ratchet and Deathloop. I think Ratchet's a solid 10. Deathloop is a solid 9 for me.
I would go spot 10. How you two feeling about Before Your Eyes and Death Star? They gotta be higher.
Before Your Eyes, I don't want to spoil anything. Before Your Eyes is my game of the year.
I don't want to spoil anything. Before Your Eyes is my game of the year. Put that on the back of the box. He's not wrong though.
I mean, I think Ratchet's great. It's a very good game. I think it is the worst game here.
I think It Takes Two is worse than Ratchet.
It Takes Two feels better to play for me. I think the jumping, the platforming feels better.
Sure, but Ratchet really isn't a platformer, man. That game's all about combat.
Oh, they try way too hard for you to do platforming in that game.
Do
They
they?
should be more. Yeah, there's a lot of jumping.
Platforming sections where you when you went into those weird
Yeah,
drifts,
they're not.
you're
It doesn't
collecting
feel
that.
good.
No, but there's so few of those that like I feel like that game is so
Yeah, that's
combat focused and the combat feels
is.
so great with the different
Yeah.
weapons and all that. I think it has to be higher than It Takes Two. I mean, what do you love about It Takes Two so much?
The platforming,
The variety.
the variety,
The variety, and
The
platforming.
comedy.
Yeah, but the comedy
writing's
that's
great, too.
different than the gameplay. We're talking about the game.
That's a great game, but like, I don't think it's better than Ratchet.
Sims.
I think Ratchet does.
What do you think's a number 10? Do you have a number 10 option?
For me, number 10 there. I'd be okay with Ratchet being 10.
Okay. That's what I said was a number 10 as well.
Yeah, you guys can put it at 10.
Okay. Let me see. How do I do this here? Cut it? Yeah, we'll do it like this.
Okay, then
Do you have
number
another?
9.
Yeah, do you want to fight for number 9 here?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, for me, it'd be Deathloop. Like I said before, I think Deathloop's very good.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that too.
Sims, are you cool with Deathloop being 9?
Deathloop
Great
number
game,
9.
but There's a couple things wrong with it. Like they should have let you keep all the powers at the same time. And then,
Yes, that's a big thing for me too. Like that's another reason why I kind of didn't like it as much. Like having the variety of powers, I think, made Dishonored so great. Being able to combine them and stuff. Less combining in that game. I guess the next game for me would either be Guardians or It Takes Two.
I would put Guardians above It Takes Two.
My only argument against that is I think It Takes Two is better to play than Guardians.
Guardians
beats it.
I just think Guardians story raises it so
It
highly.
does. Guardians story.
It's interesting with Guardians because you almost look back at it better.
Yeah, because you're not
playing it.
Yeah, because you're not playing it. Yeah,
the gameplay is literally so forgettable, you forget it.
Yeah, that's so funny that you say that. That's why I would argue Guardians next, even though like.
Sure. I see
game.
your point. It'd be. I mean, the gameplay is garbage, so yeah, I'd be fine with that.
I don't know about garbage. It's very just serviceable. You know what I mean? It's just it is what it is. But then I would be perfectly fine with doing It Takes Two next.
Sure, me too. All right, cool.
Well, that was a lot of that was a lot of ordering there.
Four?
So,
okay.
No, we have our
4.
Yeah, we have the top 6 left here.
So
I guess we haven't talked about Halo Infinite really much here. Do we want to talk about Halo Infinite? Where do we feel like that should go?
It could go here, or it could go really anywhere for me. Great gameplay.
Do you think it's better than the rest of these games?
I mean, 2 of them certainly, but obviously I didn't completely play the Before Your Eyes and Death Door. I think it's out of the games I played, it's my least favorite.
Out of everything else out of here,
so what have I played? For you? The Forgotten City, Psychonauts 2, Life is Strange. Yeah, it's lower than that. All 3 of those for me. So I'd be fine with putting it here.
For me, it's higher than 2 of these games, but like I'd be cool with it being here. I know Sims hasn't really played much. What do you have to say about Halo Infinite, Sims? Is that okay being at 5?
I mean, yes, for me,
6,
I had a good time playing the online. It felt like Halo. I played the story. I think it was the first night. Got through the linear bit, got to the open world bit, and I haven't gone back. I mean, it says a lot, really, doesn't it? I don't feel I need to go back. I feel like I've played enough Halo, even though I've not even really done the open world side of things. It just feels like more Halo for the people that want more Halo.
Sure, let's put it here then. Put it at 5. That sounds good.
For me, it's higher, but
yeah,
I'm cool.
It's high.
I'm cool with it being. I'm cool with it being here. Let's see. I don't know, Sims, you haven't really got to talk much. What else do you think? So we got our back 5. Now we're into the top 5 here. What do you think?
5 for me. It'd be Life is Strange. For you two are gonna disagree.
Yeah, for me, if I were to pick what 5 would be, it would probably be the Forgotten City, because.
Oh yeah, I suppose. I've not played that. But spoilers, maybe playing it tonight or tomorrow on the PC.
Cool.
For
me, I'd be cool.
My next lowest one is Psychonauts 2.
Okay.
That I've played.
Yeah, let me go to my list, see what that is. Okay. Yeah, for me that would also be. So I'd be cool with it either being the Forgotten City or Psychonauts. I like Psychonauts 2 better, personally. I think the characters.
Yeah, I like Forgotten City a bit more. That game just really stuck with me.
Sure. No, yeah.
I really don't know what it is about that game, but it was just my favorite experience that I had this year.
Yeah, that game. Well, it's definitely one of the biggest surprises of this year for sure.
Yeah, I just played that game all one night, had a great time. I was super addicted to the story when I was actually playing it. Loved
it. You did it in one night.
Yeah, it's not very long. It's like 6 hours.
5 hours. It's looked at. So
yeah. I probably put 8 hours in it because I was going for the platinum until I really enjoyed it. But
do all the other endings and all that.
Yeah, all the other endings are great too. That game has fantastic rating. Honestly, maybe it's just so high on my list because it was such a big surprise to me. But I fucking love that game. And then Psychonauts 2, yeah, I love that game too, man. Great platforming. I think that's the best platformer of the year, honestly.
I don't think it's as tight as It Takes Two, personally. I like it overall more because I think the characters and the story are better.
Where the platforming was so good in that game was the collectibles. they did a really good job of putting those in like
Sure.
places that are hard to get and fun to get to.
Yeah, the fun factor. in
And
the
then
game is
also
great.
the story, man. Like the game gets like really into some deep,
Very
heavy
heartfelt.
themes. Yeah. Cool characters and stuff too. But yeah, I would put it next, unless you two feel Before Your Eyes or Death's Door could be next.
What number are we on?
We're trying to find.
This would
the
be your
fifth
number
place.
4, right? Or 5?
This is number 5. We're at the 5th place right here, where the Forgotten City is at right now.
Should we just leave
I
the
would
Forgotten
say
City there? No?
that's what I would say personally. I would
Connor?
say the Forgotten City at 5.
I mean, yeah, 2 to 1. Go for it.
Well, he didn't. I don't think Sim said that. Are you okay?
I don't know if you got an argument.
I
He
just
said-
kinda presented it, so
Yeah, he
it's-
said higher than.
you know, it's I have Forgotten City higher, but if you guys want to put it at 5, I'm cool with it.
Okay, I guess that there we go.
I did the thing.
All right, so number 4. Let me go back to my listing.
What thing did
So I
you?
guess he just had a
I
thing.
was
that-
blurry and I put the thing in
Yeah.
my face like Danny always yells at me to do.
I guess my number 4 is. I would put Psychonauts 2 at number 4. That's what I would say. I like that game so much.
I do too. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Do you have anything to say about Psychonauts 2, Sims?
I played it. I tried it. Not for me.
Okay, that's fair.
I genuinely tried it as well. Like I was like, especially when it come out with all the 10s, and it doesn't matter. This is a prime example for like, this is a 10 out of 10 game, but not for me.
Completely
enough.
understand. I think there's a lot. There's some weirdness there with like, its art style isn't for everyone. The gameplay could not be for everyone. I understand.
Best story in
Um,
any 3D platformer, though. I will say that
It's what?
it's the best story in any 3D platformer.
Ooh. I mean, I can't think of one right now.
Most
Right.
3D platformers have a very lackluster story anyway, so
Sure.
it's not really tough competition. But
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't. Now that you say that, I can't really think. Not one's like popping.
yeah,
out.
that's what I'm saying. You can't think of one. Like there ain't no
Yeah.
Mario game with a better story or nothing.
Yeah, I think you're right.
No, so we've got
now
the top. We've got the top 3, right?
Top
Go ahead,
3:
Sim.
Death's Door, Life is Strange, True Colors, and
So-
Before Your Eyes.
Right. It's got to be our game of the year, right? And it has to be a game that we've all played, surely.
Not necessarily.
Like
We've
I
gone
think.
far enough without doing that.
We have all played all 3 of these. I might not have beaten.
That's
2 of
actually
them.
true. That's
Sure,
actually
I've
played
true.
them.
You did play the other 2.
I'm.
Do you have something else to say? Go ahead.
I mean, my top. Right, let's just do our top 3 out of all 3 of them each, and then we can all compromise. How about that?
Sure. My number 1 is Life is Strange, True Colors, and then
Okay.
19 and 20 are Death's Door and Before Your Eyes.
You fucking dickhead. This
Maybe
is
60
why
is Before Your Eyes.
you beanie wearing tosspot.
Look, I don't.
mean-
I think it's clearly Life is Strange, True Colors. I know you guys love Before Your Eyes and Death's Door. I guess I don't really have a good argument against Before Your Eyes, other than it just didn't get me. I wasn't into it.
The next one for me is going to be Life is Strange at being number 3. That's just me.
Sure. And then Death's Door, my only argument against that is the gameplay felt very basic when I was playing it. But again,
I think it gets
3
better
hours.
when you get more.
Sure,
of
it
those
does. I'm sure you
abilities.
get more of those powers and whatnot. I even got
Yeah.
the fire towards like the end when I was playing
You
it.
get
so-
other weapons too. It's not just like this basic sword. You get daggers. There's a big great sword. There are other weapons as well.
Sure.
And an
I think-
umbrella.
And an umbrella. You're at for everything.
Did use that umbrella.
Death's
There's a
Door to
trophy.
me.
There is a trophy
Use
for
the
the umbrella.
yeah, for
Yeah.
the whole game.
For me, Death's Door is just a complete package of a game.
My top 3. So number 1 would be Death's Door. Number 2 would be Before Your Eyes, and then Life is Strange is 3. But I just have problems with Life is Strange. Like I feel like it starts strong and ends badly. But you guys completely disagree.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, but it sounds like me and you both have it at number 3. Is that right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Me saying that out loud, it starts strong, ends badly. It doesn't end badly. There's
So
just
you- so-
certain
okay.
there's certain
So
elements of the
you
game.
just didn't like your ending.
Yeah.
I just didn't like. I liked.
But what I want to throw this to you, because you have how your list was there. Do you think you would put Life is Strange above Before Your Eyes?
No,
Well, there you go.
my list. Personally.
Yeah, but then this is all of us. I know Connor really likes Life is Strange.
I just
really
feel
like Life
bad
is
for
Strange.
Connor.
You shouldn't. He likes
I
all of
don't
these
really care.
games. He likes all these games. He just doesn't
Whoa,
like
I do
these
not
two.
like all these games.
Whoa.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, I guess I don't know if you just don't like them. They just weren't for you, right?
Sure.
So I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to.
I would
already
be
said what
okay.
I'm gonna.
I'm fine with Life is Strange being at number 3. I mean, it doesn't ultimately matter. If you two think the other two are that much better than Life is Strange, to where it
Yep.
goes above me putting it at 1 and above Life is Strange True Colors, just your opinion of it as a whole, then
It
go
seems like
ahead.
the one that's the most not knowing what they want to do is Sims. So I think you need to really say something. Like, what do you want?
Who, me?
Yeah.
This is. I've got. I just. Yeah. I just want it to all be our game of the year. That's what I'm worried about. This is what I'm
It is,
stressing
but not
about.
everything is Last of Us Part 2.
No, I
Not every-
get that. I get that. I suppose we
We're
didn't
not
get.
all
We didn't.
going to-
We didn't
we're
come
not all
across
going
this
to agree.
last year, did we?
I'm
Yeah,
already
we're not-
completely fine with this list. Like,
Yeah, I
every
know,
other
me too.
game is in my top 10 besides Death's Door and Before Your Eyes.
I know,
So, I'm already
like-
very
All right.
happy with
Okay.
this.
Because
You
we're
think-
going to argue.
you think- See, you think he's upset. He's not upset.
I know.
This is not
This
Connor
is
being upset.
this is
He's fine
me.
with
This
it.
is real life me. When the cameras are off, I'm just trying to please everybody. I don't want my parents to argue.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad.
Connor's
Mom and
not
Dad
upset.
stay together for Christmas.
Don't divorce before Christmas, please.
Right.
So
So,
what?
I would happily put Life is Strange at number 3.
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Now we need to.
Do you want to number them, Daniel?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
That's actually a good idea. I didn't actually think about that.
And then now it's kind of just an argument between you two. If you guys,
Well, I would
think-
actually like to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
Of these two.
Sure,
You played both
Um,
of them.
I have a decent amount.
Some.
I would say
some of
Death's
one.
Door is better, but that's just because it's more. I wouldn't even say it's more my type of game. I just enjoyed it more than I did the 30 minutes I played it Before Your Eyes.
Yeah.
When
I
did
mean,
you turn it off?
See, what I would say. to
Before
that
Your
is-
Eyes, pretty
Yeah.
fucking
too.
quick, bro.
Yeah.
But why?
So like it just basically starts and it's just telling me like a life story of someone, and like it feels very it feels like one of those things that's trying to grab me emotionally, and like
There's
you know
a
try to,
reason narrative.
no,
is
I
like
get that, but like I'm never into like type of shit, if I'm being honest. Like, you know, like
Sure.
TV shows is like This Is Us, like I'm never into that. I'm never into like you know, stuff, anything that's like when a dog's in a movie and you know the dog's gonna die, I'm good, you know, I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't need to see this dog die.
Is it? Are you like? Is it something like? Have you ever? It's not. If you think a game's trying to make you cry, is that just an instant put off?
It's that, and then the lack of gameplay in that game. Like, I know you guys really like the blinking mechanic. I didn't. I just thought it was like whatever. And so I'm just basically sitting there being told a story that I'm not into. And then after 30 minutes of that, I'm like, I'm good. You know?
Sure. I just
And
think
like
it's
there was nothing within that first 30 minutes, hour that
There
really
isn't.
caught me story wise. Yeah,
It's
that
the
was like,
last
oh,
half.
I got to
It's-
keep playing this.
It's the last half of the game. No spoilers.
Yeah, sure. And that sounds like the problem
Yeah.
for me.
I mean, but that like, listen to MinMax, one of the guys on that one. They had the same argument. Like the story wasn't, you know, they weren't into the story, and that's what like. You're either into the story or you're not. Because if you're not into the story, that's the game.
Yeah, and that is the full game there. So I would
Which
put
is
Death's
I
Door
can-
higher because it is a fucking game. I mean, not that Before Your Eyes isn't a game, but like there's a lot going on in Death's Door where Before Your Eyes relies entirely on its narrative.
Mm-hmm. And it's blinking like unique like style gameplay.
Sure.
And it fucking hurts your eyes.
No, it doesn't. I don't know why.
why don't you just blink?
No, but
It was
like the
just
thing,
weird.
no, but like I want to listen to everything. Spoilers for anything. But like, we recorded this in 2 parts. So past Steve, 39 minutes ago, never played Before Your Eyes. Played Before Your Eyes now,
Forgot about
and now I'm like trying to play it. I wanted to listen to everything. So like, if I heard something was going on, and sometimes it was like that, the ticker would go, and I'm like, if I close my eyes, I do not get to listen to this. So there was points in the game where I'm like,
Yeah.
really trying.
What makes that so cool is it fits narratively, because your character is trying to retell your memories, and sometimes you can't remember everything properly or fully. And if you blink past it, that's all you remember of it. And I think that's really cool. So Sims, it seems like you're the one that would have to make the final say here.
I mean,
I know I just said that about Life is Strange, but
I've recorded my whole gameplay of Before Your Eyes from start to finish, and like, I don't know, you said there was a twist, so I kind of expected a twist, so maybe that took the like. So what I did, I played the game, and I was like, that was sad. I was like, fucking hell, deep, sad. I'm sad. And then the next day, I was thinking about it, and then I was like, I YouTubed it, and I was like, let's watch it. I watched PewDiePie play it. I watched play Pokemon, like, because they were the first 2 to pick up. And like, PewDiePie was like, wow, that was like, that's deep. And then Pokemon is crying my eyes out. And I watched that ending twice. And like, the mechanics of blinking, and then it goes to one scene to the other scene, but they're all crossing over. So he's finishing whatever. So it just hits like straight in the fuck. You know what I mean? And then Natalie's crying, and she's not played the game. She's just watching the ending. And I'm like, yeah, it's fucking sad, isn't it? This is deep. But it literally is an hour and a half narrative game where like, it didn't hit Connor because he doesn't want to. That story just didn't grab him.
The way it tells its story probably didn't grab him. I think if he would have given it more of a chance, he might. But you could play it without the blinking. You could just play it by clicking.
Yeah, you can just click it. Which I don't know. Anyway, but Death's Door, like, I don't know. I'm an emotional kind of. I played, my game of the year is always on where I was in that year, like where I am in the year, how I'm feeling, how I'm looking, and this game just come at the right time. I had COVID, like bad COVID as well. Like I thought, I won't say bad COVID, but like, I was tired, run down, no smell. Death's Door, yeah. Did I say? Anyway, I played Death's Door anyway, and for me it was the right time. It gave me that. It willed me on. It made me. How can I put it? It made me stronger. I didn't want to give up. Like, if I died, I was like, fuck, let's carry on. And when I finished the game, and when the game as a collective, like, I didn't feel like the game was against me. It was my fault. It was always my fault. So when I finished the game, I felt better, if that makes sense, from COVID. I felt stronger as a person, and I felt like I could do anything. And the gameplay was, flawless, like phenomenal. Music, gameplay, everything. So for me, Death's Door is number 1, and Before Your Eyes is number 2. And that's no like, that. And for saying that Before Your Eyes, I played it 4 days ago. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it sounds like we have a winner.
And your Nerd of God's game of the year is Death's Door.
We need to.
Congratulations, Bird Game.
I am just happy that Before Your Eyes is even as high as it is, to be honest. Like, I'm happy that you even played the game in the first place, and I know that it isn't for Connor. And it's the most emotional game I've played in a very long time.
Deep, man. Real deep. Sad. Real sad.
Okay, then. Here, I'll recite the whole top 10. Your top 10 for the Nerd Gods. Number 10, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Number 9, Deathloop. Number 8, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 7, It Takes Two. Number 6, Halo Infinite. Number 5, The Forgotten City. Number 4, Psychonauts 2. Number 3, Life is Strange True Colors. Number 2, For Your Eyes. Number 1, Death's Door.
You do know, but now we have to tweet out that it's our game of the year. We have to pin. We have to
What?
Who developed Two Death Door?
Acid Nerve.
There you go. You got to tag them in it.
Published by Devolver Digital.
So we need a picture, Daniel, with logo. Congratulations, Death Door in the background. There you go.
Kanye West is going to give them their trophy.
Hold up, I'm gonna let you finish. But Death Door is the greatest game of 2021.
We are now going to say our personal top 10 games of the year.
Personal top 10.
Who do you want to start with?
We'll do it 10.
Daniel, let's start with you because Daniel actually has a top 30. So get ahead, bud.
So Connor said, like, I was like, oh, I'm trying to make my list or whatever. I did a top 20 last year, and he was like, yeah, why don't you just do a 30? I was like, well, I might be able to.
You're doing 40 next year.
Oh my god, I don't know if I can. But there is a few games that I didn't even put onto this list. So, but yeah, number 30 is Oliha. I think it's a really cool little game.
Did that just come to Game Pass or something?
It did. Actually, do I want to go through every 30? I'll just do my top 10. People can
How about
see
you just
it, right?
rattle off?
I'll go down to 10,
and then when you get to 10,
okay, I'll do 30 through 11 real quick. Oliha, Back for Blood, House of Ashes, Lake, Guilty Gear Strive, Fights in Tight Spaces, Little Nightmares 2, Ruin King, Artful Escape, Resident Evil Village.
Oh, Resident Evil Village low.
I told you it was. Kena Bridge of Spirits, Forza Horizon 5, Chivalry 2, Nier Replicant, Returnal, Far Cry 6, Tales of Arise, which is TBA actually, because if I beat it, it could be even higher. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Metroid Dread, Lost Judgment. That's my 30 through 11. Now my top 10. Number 10, Deathloop. Very good game. Arcane's so good. Love Arcane. Number 9, The Forgotten City. One of the biggest surprises. These next two are the biggest surprises this year. My number 8 is the biggest surprise this year, which is Guardians of the Galaxy. I remember talking to you guys saying when it was coming out, like, I didn't even know if I was going to play this video game. This game probably was just going to pass me by. I ended up picking it up and playing it, and it's fantastic. Number 7, It Takes Two. Very good game. I think the story could be a little bit better, but I had a really good time with Connor. I think the gameplay is great. Hitman 3, one of the first big games I played this year. I think right after Oliha. I think Oliha was the first game I played this year.
I think come out like third week of January, huh?
Yeah, it did. And Hitman 3 is just fantastic. It sucks it couldn't make it to our top 10, but it's so good. The freedom that they allow you to have in this game is unlike any other. It's way better than Deathloop in terms of freedom. Number 5, Psychonauts 2. So good. I think you're right. I think it is the best story in a 3D platformer. Number 4, Life is Strange True Colors. I mean, there's not much to say about that. Life is Strange. I like every one of the games, and I think they're just getting better, really. Number 3, Halo Infinite. Never would have thought Halo Infinite would be this high on this list going into this year. Yeah, I just didn't. I knew it would probably make my top 10 probably no matter what, just for how much I like Halo, but this game's great. I just, like, bravo to 343. Like, they really delivered when no one thought they would. Number 2, Death's Door. The game's just fantastic. It could have made my game of the year. It was back and forth, but there's really not much more I could say. Death's Door is just great. And my number 1, Before Your Eyes. It is very good, and I would like everyone to experience that game at least once. Even non-gamers, I think, could play Before Your Eyes and get something out of it.
100%.
Yeah, you just got to know how to blink.
Yes, yeah. You just put somebody in one.
Or don't. The game's better if you don't blink. What happens if you don't blink? We'll just continue.
Continues.
They actually wrote out a whole life. You can play that game for 60 years.
Yeah, I think Before Your Eyes would be great for non-gamers, to be honest. Like, just put them, like, say it's like a movie, you know, and just, like, let them experience it like a movie. Except with the blinking.
Cool.
There you go.
I'll go next.
I'm so excited to see this. It's the first time I'm seeing this.
I'm looking at the game of the year. I was like, what? Okay, my number 10, Dark Pictures
Wow.
Anthology.
I'm shocked. I'm so shocked. That's in your top 10.
Hold on.
Sims list, but,
Please wrote my list.
that days ago. Sims Kingdom Hearts 2.75. Really, that's crazy. Getting around, I see.
Go on, Nomad.
Anyways, yeah, House of Ashes is my number 10. Really enjoyed that game. Thought it was the best. What's that studio called? I can't remember the name. Supermassive.
Supermassive.
Thought it was their best game since Until Dawn. Thought this one really
Definitely.
came together. I actually really like the story in this one. It is just a generic horror story, but I like generic horror movies, so there you go.
Definitely.
My number 9 ended up being Resident Evil Village. I know I like it a little bit more than maybe you two both, but
I don't think so because I like this game more than 7. 7
Yeah.
is very low for me.
I don't like it more than 7 because 7 was just so horror filled. But this one is
7's
definitely more of
just
an
too inconsistent for me.
definitely more of an action game. But I really loved the castle section. I thought that part was so good, and then the house, whatever it's called, Beneviento.
Beneviento.
Yeah, whatever. That was such a cool, shocking part.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite moments of the year, definitely. Number 8, Deathloop. Really had a good time with Deathloop. That like 2 weeks I was playing it. Putting everything together ended up being really fun. Again, I have my problems with like not being able to use all the powers and stuff at once, but also shout out to that multiplayer. I thought that was like a cool idea to have.
Very cool. It died very
Juliana.
quickly,
Yeah, it died
Very
super
cool.
quick. But like it was fun when like, someone will come into my game and then it's like, oh, Juliana's hunting me now, and it gets real tense in those moments. But
I
yeah,
think
I really
so many people turned that off, and I think that's kind of why it died as well.
Yeah, it's weird. You really shouldn't either because the AI was kind of bad in that game. So like Juliana was
not
very
good.
easy to kill if you turn that off. Yeah, where
Yeah.
I thought keeping the multiplayer added a lot to it. But anyways, yeah, I really like that game. Like really putting the story together and stuff too. The different lore, all very interesting.
Can we shout out
never-
to Alexi? Alexi
Yeah.
was great. I loved
That
him.
Ballhead or whatever too.
We should have put him in great characters. I loved Alexi.
Yeah, he probably could have been in there. Next, It Takes Two was my number 7. Had a great time. Me and Daniel played through this back in March, whenever it came
Mhm.
out.
Like late March.
Yeah, had a great time. Really love Hazelight's games, all of them now.
Mhm.
I actually really enjoyed Way Out and Brothers as well.
I don't think that was technically Haze Light, but
Yeah, whatever.
it
And
was-
then
it was good.
yeah, the variety of gameplay, like you guys are saying, is really fun. All those mini games are cool. I actually really like the story too. Thought it was cool. Whole parents divorce story.
Yeah, we don't get enough divorce stories.
Yeah, great comedy in that game as well. My number 6, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Like Daniel was saying, biggest surprise of the year by far. This game doesn't show off well, I don't think, especially when
No,
we were seeing
that E3
gameplay leading
showing-
up to it. Yeah,
That
looked-
E3 showing was not good.
looked
'Cause
bad.
I
And then the
think-
last trailer we got for it as well was actually pretty bad.
It wasn't very funny. It wasn't very
It
funny.
wasn't
I
good at
think
all.
the reason why at E3 I think it showed bad was because they showed a lot of the gameplay off at E3, and it just didn't look fun.
Yeah.
When this,
But yeah,
game
it
we
really
talked
comes
about-
together in the end.
It relies
the
on its
narrative
characters.
is so good, man. Like they did such a good job of nailing the Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff. Like, I wasn't sure if I just liked Guardians of the Galaxy because of the James Gunn movies before this, because I've never read any comics or anything. But then after this, I think it's just I like Guardians of the Galaxy.
They're just good characters. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Number 5. This is where it got hard. Honestly, my 5 through 1 could have been my game of the year for me.
Sweet. That's cool. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, me too.
yeah.
Me too.
1 through 5 is like I could you would switch all of these out any day of the week, but this is just what I ended up going with. 1 through 5, I put Halo Infinite.
I
Love
thought that'd be higher for you. Just coming off of it, I thought it would be a little higher for you.
the screen turned off for some reason.
You're still here.
Okay. Yeah, Halo Infinite number 5. Really enjoyed that. Why is my screen off?
I don't know. You're here.
Okay, I'm gonna have to fix this. Yeah. Anyways, Halo Infinite 5. Great campaign. The multiplayer. I've had such a good time playing it with you guys and stuff.
Oh yeah, we need to do some more playing with a bunch of people. That was a lot of
Here,
fun.
I'm just gonna rattle. I gotta fix this. Rattle them off. What was my 4?
Your
Psychonauts,
4 is Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet.
Rift Apart.
Oh, Ratchet. Yeah, Ratchet. I
Has
went
your
through
monitor
number
just
4.
completely turned it off?
Yeah, it just completely is off. I don't know why. I think something got unplugged. Uh-oh. Okay. Anyways, Ratchet, number 4. Yeah. Love the story to this. Like I said, I think the combat's the strongest part. Love the weapons and stuff like that.
Beautiful.
Rivet and Kit are fucking awesome. I could do with a Rivet and Kit game.
Yeah, like
that'd
a
be
side
fun.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. That'd be really fun. Love the twist in it too, with the whole Rivet's arm and everything. That
Mhm.
stuff's really cool. And then number
Number
3
3.
was Psychonauts.
Yeah.
Like I said about Psychonauts 2 earlier, one of the best stories in any 3D platformer. Really enjoyed my time with it. Big surprise for me too, actually, because I never played the first Psychonauts. But yeah, Psychonauts 2, number 3. And then my number 2 was Life is Strange, True Colors.
Mhm.
Yeah, love the story in that game. Every episode, honestly, was great for me. I had a great
Strong
time.
characters.
Yeah, I think it's the best Life is Strange game, just in general. And
I think so.
yeah, I love every game in that series anyway. So Deck 9 knocked it out of the park with True Colors. Was not expecting this to be as high as it is on my list. And then my number 1 was Forgotten City. Like I said earlier, it's just this game just stuck with me more throughout the whole year. And I think
That's crazy. I did not expect that.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. Whenever I think about it, though, like what was my favorite experience playing games this year? It is just the Forgotten City. I had a great night with that, and the characters, and then I think how they refined all the systems too. You could tell they've been working on this for like years and years because it was a mod for so long that they probably got so much feedback, like telling Galerius everything, all the missions you've done in the other loops, and then having him go off and doing it. That's just such a nice way to play it. It's
It solves a lot of problems gameplay wise.
yeah. Exactly.
Instead of having people redo everything,
Yeah.
just telling Galerius really solves.
on like 12 minutes when you had to like redo everything over and over again.
Yeah.
They completely solved that. So I think they solved a lot of problems for time loop type games. And then, yeah, just the story, the twist it makes at the end. All 3 endings I thought were actually really good. But really that main ending, when it comes together, it's a crazy twist in that. I won't ruin it for Sims. But yeah, Forgotten City. I'm getting there.
Awesome.
There you go. I'm going to try to fix this monitor now.
Okay. Sims, I can't see your list. You did not put it in the stock, so it's a complete surprise to me.
Good, so it should be.
I would like to see it. Is there a way I could see it?
What has Connor done to his?
I don't know. I think he like spilt something on it and then it just died. All right, I have to watch this. All right, I can see it now. Okay.
Yeah. All right, Connor, can you hear me?
He has his headphones.
Let's see. So, number 10.
Sorry.
Fixed it?
HDMI just came like a little bit loose, yeah.
You're good, yeah? You can see my ugly mug, yeah?
Yeah, I can see you now, yeah.
Yeah, man. Number 10.
One of these hurts to even see it on this list.
Shut up. You don't know nothing. Number 10, Life is Strange, True Colors. I had a good time. And Eleanor Leaf, though, like, she just ruined the whole game for me. Honestly, I know it sounds stupid, but the amount of effort I put in. I put a lot of effort into Ducky. Is it Ducky?
Yeah.
I
And
can't
Eleanor.
believe
Like,
you even have this as high as 10.
I hate
but, I mean,
one
this is a
character
list. This is a
ruined
list.
the game for him.
This is a list of
Are these
every
all the
game I
games you
played this year.
Sims?
Pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, I played that Dodgeball Academia.
Mm-hmm.
I played a lot of Stardew Valley. I mean, what else did I play
that's
this year?
not this year. That's not this year.
Anyway, Eleanor Leaf, I don't know. The ending, the fact that like she turned on me and like I had some good times of it, I had some bad times of it. Episode 3 didn't click with. I didn't enjoy episode 3 at all. Like the whole LARPing thing, I don't know. It just felt a bit out of place for me. I was like, fair enough, there was a bit of story to it, blah blah blah. But I don't know. There was something that just didn't quite click for me. Forza number 9, had a great time with it. You know, I'm not really a driving fan, but the game is phenomenal. Like, it runs phenomenal. It looks phenomenal. It sounds phenomenal. So it has to be at a top 10 somewhere. Why not put it at number 9 on mine? New in at number 8, Metroid Dread. Playing that right now. I've got like an hour left, right? So I can put it in my top 10. I think it's not my favourite Metroidvania game, being a Metroid. Out of like maybe the 3 or 4 I've ever played, but I think it minus a few control schemes, it runs well. The control, yeah, it controls well. You know what I mean? Like there's the import, not the import. Like it reacts well. Do you know if that makes sense?
It's smooth.
That's it. But I'm having a good time with it. I can't put it down. If I had 2 minutes to pick it up, I'll pick it up. So I mean that speaks wonders. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, number 7, had a great time. This is just PS5 just swinging the big old fashioned Sony dick. It's like, look what we can do with this PS5. Let's do Ratchet & Clank 2016. and do it again, but better. This game come out this year. I don't care what
this
anyone
game
says.
hurts.
Why does it hurt?
It is giving me an aneurysm seeing this on your list.
Why?
I need to
is-
change
'cause
my
it was
whole
just-
list if this game.
Yeah, because then Connor's just gonna put Mass Effect at number 1 because this is just a collection of 3 games that have come out like 8 years ago.
To be fair, you put Near Replicant everywhere.
But yes, it didn't get anything. I just gave it a shout out.
Sure,
And I did-
You
it-
should
I-
have
it
given Mass Effect
literally-
more shout outs.
It literally didn't get anything. But Near Replicant was a complete remake of an entire game. This
Oh,
is
is
just
it? Okay.
yeah. This is just an updated version
The
of.
problem with this, the problem I have with this is like I spent May, June, July, August playing this game.
Yeah. No. See, I don't take it too harsh. Like I just very strict in my lists and stuff. I would never put a remake or like a remaster on my list. That's just not how it will be.
I just think as a collection, as one game with all 3 games on,
Yeah, it's
it
great.
was a
Shouldn't
great.
this be
a great
higher on your
experience.
list then?
It's hard because like it's probably the most happiest I've been playing video games. Of like I've never. It's like going back to like one night I went to the cinema to watch Hobbit 1, 2, and 3 in a row, and I was like,
What a horrible day.
but I had a good time. Like, but I enjoyed that experience of like binging something like in a cinema, like 9 hours worth of movies, like. And I left that place and I left the cinema at like 4 a.m. I was like, I had a good time. Everyone's like, oh, I'm dead tired. I'm like, I loved it. Why not? But I don't know. I played this
agree,
and I
though.
was just
Playing Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 back to back. It was a different experience than playing them all.
waiting and like getting the story, like everything being filled in. Not 3 years later, if that makes sense.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, fair enough, it's a cop out, but I'm not willing to put Pokemon Snap in. I'm not willing to put Village in. I'm not willing to put Kena in. Pokemon or Far Cry. So, I mean, we could put Dodgeball Academia in there.
You could have. I mean, this is your list, though. I'm just saying, for me,
damn fucking right, it's my list.
a collection of like old games on a top.
My game of the
10
year
list
is
for
actually
2021.
Skyrim Anniversary Edition.
Yeah, just to me, just kind of like looking at your thing, it says top 10 of 2021. Like that's just to me, I'm baffled by seeing it, but you can have it. It's fine.
Fucking.
It's the games I played this year. Anyway,
Sure.
so I've just played Before Your Eyes. Literally just. So I'll put it at number 5. But like this could go down after more thinking. Like, it takes a couple of days to process something, doesn't it? So like at number 5 it stays. I mean, don't get me wrong, but when I click record on this podcast, it was at number 7. So it's gone down 2 in the last an hour and 2 minutes.
Gone up. You mean
Whatever.
gone up?
It Takes Two, number 4. Had a great time. Me and Natalie played that. Just a fantastic experience. A variety of different gameplay mechanics. And it all works well. Like, there was never a moment where it fell on its arse. Like Resident Evil. Like, there was Resident Evil started well, went shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's just my... I think
The only
It Takes
complaint
Two
with
is
It Takes
just...
Two would be maybe that it's too long. Maybe cut it a little bit. Make it a little bit tighter. Because it is a very long game.
Yeah, maybe.
But that might be the only complaint I have, really.
Number 3, 12 minutes. I love this game so much. Like,
Might be the only person in the world
No,
that has this. in the
No,
top 3.
actually,
No,
Tucker
he's
loves
not.
this game, too.
Tucker loves this game as
does he?
well.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it was just like I was so excited for this game for so many years as well. Like from the
Yeah,
moment I
remember
saw
when
it,
they first
like,
showed off at Xbox conference.
before
Yeah.
the stupid, before the actors, like it just being this like puzzle, like time loop game of like,
Yeah,
oh,
you
the
remember-
time is reset.
You remember when Kind of Funny showed it off before? It was a different name. It was like 2015 they showed this game off.
I don't
The guy
remember
went-
that. I don't
The guy
remember
went to
that.
the spare bedroom.
Yeah, I
and
know,
they
yeah.
She showed
It just
off
had
on the
such a
couch.
cool premise too.
Yeah, it is a good premise. Like the my adrenaline was through the roof all the way through the game. I refused to look up a guide. Like me, like I'd rather have stayed frustrated. Of like, I saw everything. I pretty much figured out myself. Of like, and to the point where I was overthinking like how to do it. Of like, do I need to? I forgot what I said I had to do now, but like, I remember saying it to Connor. I was like, Connor, do I need to do this? And it was like, no, like not at all. Like, you fucking
so many
idiot.
little
What was
things where
it?
it's
What
like,
was I
yeah, you
doing?
can
Like,
do
I
this and
forgot what
that.
I was gonna do. But like, going in the closet, ringing his daughter, and I was like, and then every and every like, And then being as so simple as like maybe flicking the light switch twice and then hiding. And I was just like, oh, that was it. I was like, oh, I said, what? Do I need to tell my wife to play dead?
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, do I need to tell my wife to play dead?
That's
So
an
he go, yeah, and I was like, okay, all right.
I don't think I ever did that.
You couldn't. There wasn't an option. It was just
There
like
wasn't an option. So just
when I turned the
okay.
Xbox off, I was like, maybe I should. That's it. That's got to be it. I've got to tell her to play dead, and then he goes in there, and then we can like give him some digs, and but yeah, don't get me wrong, it got a bit far fetched. But that 12 minutes of like pure 12 minutes of adrenaline, like right, quick, boom, boom, photo, boom, boom. What? No way, fuck off. That's a bit weird. And then don't get me wrong, the ending was so disappointed. I was very disappointed in the ending. But for them, like 12 minutes of gameplay. Over and over and over, and yeah, you had to keep doing it over. And fingers crossed, hope to God. Like I played Forgotten City in the next couple of days, and I'm like, Forgotten City does everything so much better, which is probably true. But I really enjoyed this game. I had such a good time. Like 3 or 4 days, like going down the stairs, and then when we come up to bed, I was like, oh, I'll have a couple more 12-minute runs on the PC, and yeah, I had a really good time. I really enjoyed 12 minutes. Deathloop, Arcane. Is like they do everything right, and then listen to people talk about it on podcasts just lately. Of like everyone's like, "Oh yeah, this is a really good game. This is a really good game," and I was like, "Well, so was Dishonored 1 and 2.
Yeah,
Play them. Like everything you're saying is in. Oh, I like the way you could like traverse the world and find different exits and entrances, and I'm like, this is Dishonored 1 and 2. Just gonna play that, you fucking morons.
Well, like I told you earlier, to me, Dishonored 1 and 2 are much better games than Deathloop. To me, personally.
I think they're all the same. I honestly don't think.
No.
I mean, for me, like, I wasn't like Deathloop was great. Don't get me wrong, but like, Dishonored 1 and 2 are still as good as Deathloop. So like,
I feel like the promise of Deathloop.
Excuse me.
I feel like they didn't give you the promise of Deathloop, which was the complete freedom to do everything you wanted. It's actually a pretty linear game, and that's not really what I thought it would be.
Yeah, maybe. But
that's
I enjoyed it.
Negative.
It was number
Great
one.
game.
It was number one until. I mean, did I play Death Door first? I did, didn't I?
No.
Yes.
I mean, you played it, I think, later.
Yeah, but Death Door came out way before.
Yeah, but he didn't play it at launch.
No, I played it in August. I remember I played Death Door in August because I had COVID. Early August. But anyway, Death Door number one. For me, it is my game of the year for so many reasons. But the main reason is the fact that I did it, and it's so it's probably not even that hard. But
the final boss it's a hard boss fight.
Everything took me a couple of goes, but the fact that I did it, being vulnerable, being emotional, being ill, having COVID, being stuck in the house, all of that accumulates to, and then obviously the soundtrack being sick, the animation being sick, the art style being sick. I like birds. I love a good bird. Give me a falcon, a crow. The
crow is he's a cute little bird.
You know what I'm saying? I just really love this game.
You played Skatebird since?
Ooh,
no, I keep meaning to.
So you bounced off a Skatebird, didn't you?
I never tried it.
Oh, I thought you played
one
it.
of us get it.
No, I should probably download that.
It didn't review
Isn't it on Game Pass?
No, yeah, I think it what? No,
I think they marketed it. I think on Game Pass. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong.
Right, 2021 in the bag, boys.
2020. Now we're in 2022.
Now what?
What's everyone's game of the year for next year?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. There's going to be a lot of options, I think, this year for game of the year.
If you guys had to pick one, what do you think your game of the year for next year would be?
Definitely the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. A collection of 360 games. That's definitely going to be in my top 10.
I was thinking the N64 version of Ocarina of Time on my Switch.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Paper Mario on N64.
Paper Mario's on there now.
That might be in my top 10. You're right.
I liked the game.
I didn't say you couldn't like the game. I never said those words.
All right. Well, that was the Nerd Gods Podcast, episode 100. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe. Let us know how we did here. Let us know if you liked this game of the year setup.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, give us any feedback.
It's going to be like a 4-hour long episode, so please let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know if you listen to this whole thing. If you're here right now.
What do you
Put
think
it in the
about our
comments.
lists? What do you think about our overall top 10? Our
Yeah,
individual
tell us how
lists?
wrong we are or how right we are, whatever.
Yeah. How Connor's the only right one.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Connor is always right. That's the
Mhm.
thing. Anyways,
The year of the
thank you guys
time
so much.
loop.
Year of the time
It
loop
was
really
the year
was.
of time loops. You're
It was.
right.
I wonder what this year's name will be. Must be something.
Delays.
Good question. Oh no, there was delays this year or this
Delays.
2021.
Delays will be this year's name. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.